Trisha Paytas has been many things. A vlogger, a singer, a reality star, a mukbang queen, and yes, a skincare entrepreneur. Over the past decade, Trisha has built a name and a following on unpredictability. Her content has ranged from emotional confessions to trolling pop culture moments, and of course, she's no stranger to controversy. Lover or hater, she's undeniably a part of internet history. But while her online personas have shifted over the years, one thing that's remained consistent is her hustle. But with what motivation and with what cost? In this episode of Behind the Controversy, we're looking at Trisha's two skincare lines, Trish Skin and ASMR Skin. How did they come about? Who helped her create the lines? Why that was a bit sketchy, and the things we still don't know about why they're no longer available. This is Behind the Controversy, Trisha's Miracle Elixir, and it's starting right now. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hi! My name is Jen. You have stumbled upon a channel called Jen Love, and on this channel, we mostly do makeup news. We talk about what's happening in the industry. I have a makeup news series called What's Up in Makeup that goes live every Sunday, but occasionally on Fridays, I share a deep dive with you. I dig deep into beauty community lore, into things that are unbelievable that have happened in our beauty space, and we talk about exactly what happened and why. And this series is so fun for me because I get to have those, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. Oh wow, what is happening? I get to have those moments as I research, and then I get to share them with you so you can have them as well. And this story is wild, my friend. It has so many twists and turns, and I cannot wait to share them with you. But before we get started, I do want to just clarify that this is not a deep dive into all of Trisha Paytas, because that would take another James Charles style 8.5 hour 5-part docuseries on Trisha Paytas. That's just not going to happen today. What I really wanted to focus on was the part that was cosmetics related, her skincare lines, both the Trish Skin line and the ASMR Skin line, and really talk about how, if you have enough money, pretty much anybody can make a skincare line, which is actually quite terrifying, but we're going to get into that in a little while. There are a few channels who have taken on the project of looking at Trisha's entire career. I will link those down below for you. I also want to mention that Trisha has changed their pronouns quite a few times in their internet career. Right now, it seems like the most current pronouns that Trisha uses are she, them, so those are the ones I'm going to be using interchangeably through this video. And with that, let us start the story, and we have to start it with a little bit of Trisha backstory, because you may not know, who the heck is Trisha Paytas? If you've spent any time on the internet in the past 15 years, you've probably come across Trisha Paytas, whether you've wanted to or not.
Today we're going to have a question and answer session with my pet llama.
Trisha has been on the internet for pretty much as long as internet fame has existed. She started her channel in the mid-2000s.
Hey, what's up? This is Trisha. I'm super fun, super bubbly, have many talents, but one hidden talent. I'm a rapper. Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen.
And it was mostly like super chaotic, attention-grabbing videos, just saying wild things and really confusing people.
Wherever you are tonight, my feeling tells me that you look out of time.
Today I am going to attempt to break the world record for the world's fastest stalker. I don't know if I'm going to push this, but the world is I see angry birds. And they're around my neck. And they look so angry. Are they angry because I'm prettier than them? I don't know why.
But then this was the thing, is some of them felt sincere and some of them were satirical, and sometimes it felt like she was doing serious and satire at the same time. Just absolutely confusing.
I've really gotten into my faith the past couple years, and I've just been, reading a lot more, and I go to mass every morning, and I just kind of realized, like, something just kind of called to me to, be like, you know what? I'm happy with just having Jesus as the man of my life right now. And I know that sounds all Bible thumper, but that's me personally.
Flat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round.
Oh, the cow goes moo and the dog goes woof. And I've done, you know, the American character Trisha. Hey guys, it's me Trish. Hey, I love my fishies. But I thought, you know, now that we're a little more intimate with each other, that I could probably do the real me with you all. Hypocrites, don't you hate them? They say one thing and do another. So annoying. I love Jesus. I'm holier than thou. I'm perfection. I'm a big slut. Look at my booties. Let's talk about sex and blowjobs. Yay! I mean, really, like, that's so annoying, right? It's like, you're a hypocrite. She's a hypocrite. Let's just call everyone in this world a hypocrite because it makes us feel better about being a hypocrite ourselves.
And the thing is this is a brilliant approach to social media, especially figuring this out so early in internet culture, because it was like almost this spiral of she would do something that was just way out there and people would say, what is going on? Oh my goodness, she can't do. And then she'd get real sincere about things and then switch to doing something outrageous and then more sincere. And you never knew what was real and what wasn't, to create this like loop of conversation that just never ended. One video, she'd be bawling her eyes out on camera. The next one, she'd be eating in front of a ring light for hours. Or there was the one video that is the one that stands out most in my mind where she identified as a chicken nugget.
I woke up this morning feeling like a chicken nugget. You guys, when you feel like a chicken nugget, you feel like not delicious. Well, you feel delicious, but you also feel like fried and fake on the inside.
That one I will never forget. In short, Trisha figured it out super early. You want to be watchable, you want to be chaotic, and you want to be memeable. You want people to be talking about you, and people have been talking about Trish for over a decade. For me, some of the most iconic Trish moments are the music videos. Their music videos are so incredibly produced. They do everything from covering songs like Elvis Presley's A Little Less Conversation, and then they'll switch it up and do a song from a musical. This one is incredible. It is this epic version of Suddenly Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors, where they play both the male and female character. It's so good. But then there's also the occasional Christian music like I Love You, Jesus, and even some holiday classics like Merry Trishmas.
So get that rock from your man and have a Merry Trishmas, Merry Trishmas, a Merry Trishmas.
And my personal favorite, Jesus Rises Easter song.
Hey, have you found Jesus yet? Do you love Jesus yet? If you don't, I'll tell you why you should. Let me tell you about this man. His name is Jesus and he can do anything for you. Jesus rises for you. Now let me tell you about Jesus on this Easter week. Yeah, we celebrate with bunnies and peeps. The real reason that we celebrate because Jesus died and then he was crucified. Day 3, he rose again for me and you and you and you and you and you. Yes, Jesus rises. Yes, Jesus rises.
Following Trisha is like a roller coaster ride. They have invented themselves and reinvented themselves so many times, and it just keeps the audience on their toes. People will be outraged by their behavior, and people will say that they're terrible and they've done all these terrible things and that they're making fun of certain people. But then they'll come back with this big redemption arc, and people will be like, no, Trisha's learning and growing. They're evolving. The most important thing I want you to get out of this is that Trisha's never played by the rules. Trisha's always done their own thing, and that is what keeps people captivated. That is what keeps people watching.
I am stepping back from a persona, from a person that is Trish, Trisha Paytas, yada, 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 yada. I have no identity. I'm a motherfucking Teletubby. I am a motherfucking Teletubby.
You guys don't even have washcloths. I can't even wash my body properly because there's no washcloths. I just want a washcloth. It's like I can't even scrub my butt or anything because I have a washcloth.
Everyone please welcome Trisha Paytas. Oh. Hi. Oh my gosh. Hi. Oh, thank you so much. Hi. You are so freaking sensitive about every little thing. But it was so clearly a joke. Like, you're gonna watch this back and you're gonna feel real stupid because that was so clearly a joke. Me and Bae made up. I love you. You know the way to my heart. I'm sorry.
And in the story, one thing that's always thrown me for a loop was how vocal Trisha is about her mental health struggles. And I don't know, like honestly, I don't know whether the diagnoses that she speaks about are ones that have been by a medical professional or if she's self-diagnosing. I genuinely don't know.
We all have some sort of mental health struggle. Some more extreme than the others. Some maybe somewhat under the radar. Some people acknowledge it, some people don't, and I'm kind of both. I didn't acknowledge it for so long because I've never been properly diagnosed. If you guys know me, obviously if you followed me for a while, you know my intentions are never to hurt anyone. They just aren't. And if people are offended, and this is bottom line, I've thought a lot about this in the past few days especially, if people are offended, that's really not my business.
I've gone to therapy for years. Sometimes I would go 5 times a week.
I am someone who has been against therapy my entire life. I've always been like diagnosed with like different things, like borderline personality disorder, bipolar. Like, I've literally been called, someone told me once I was like schizophrenic.
Schizophrenia is a really new one to me. It's like I developed like schizophrenia when I was like 31, which I like never had.
Actually never got officially diagnosed with anything until 2019.
I've been misdiagnosed so many times, but
I got diagnosed with borderline in 2019. Same thing with borderline. I guess to say that I'm not an actual diagnosed borderline. I have traits of borderline according to my therapist.
It's not like it's a hard and fast. There's people I know that have hard and fast, like I'm bipolar. Like, this is what I've been told. This is the medicine I'm taking for bipolarness. You know what I mean? Like, I've never had that.
Talking about borderline in general, because this is a recent diagnosis as of last year and never got diagnosed until I was 31.
I've never been actually diagnosed with any mental illness. I feel like people like to tell me what I am, but I've actually never been diagnosed with mental illness. I've literally been diagnosed with everything. I've never been fully blown diagnosed.
You know, I never really got diagnosed in my adult life with anything.
What I do know is that these disclosures have sparked controversy on their own. There's been discussion of bipolar disorder, and the most controversial one was when Trisha said that she had dissociative identity disorder.
Hey guys, what is up? So today I am doing a video which I feel like is a surprise to some, but I feel like once you know, it's probably not that big of a surprise to others, and that is a Meet My Alters video. If you guys don't know what an alter is people that have multiple personalities, dissociative identity disorder. Honestly, I've never been diagnosed with anything. The closest thing that I have self-diagnosed myself, I guess, is multiple personality disorder or dissociative identity disorder, or both. People know me as Trish. Like, they see me as eccentric. They see me as something different every day. And I feel like, yes, I disassociate, I guess you could call it that, into Trixie, one of my alters, but in actuality, I disassociate in general by
becoming who I'm around. And I feel like that's very noticeable. When I was in England, I started having like an English accent.
And because of the way that Trisha has grown her platform, people legitimately and rightfully didn't know whether she was serious or not about these diagnoses. And then the people that question whether she's being serious or not because of her past behavior are then saying, well, why are you invalidating her? She says she has a mental illness. You need to believe her. But then with that whole past, it's hard to believe her and you just don't know. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see why Trisha is such an interesting person to look at? I don't know. I'm confused all of the time.
Do you have things that you regret?
Well, I'm the same way. I go back and forth with it because on one hand, I mean, I've said like way worse things because I always like there was times where I just said stuff for shock value just to get that negative attention or any attention or whatever. But
what I do know is that Trisha has some loyal fans, people that are just diehard fans of her that watch her and love her. And it really doesn't hurt that she's beautiful. It doesn't hurt that she's funny and she's witty and she's smart. And when someone has all of those qualities, sometimes it overshadows the values that that person presents themselves to have. And that's the big question, I think, in a lot of people's minds is, do Trisha's values match my values? And if they don't, does that even matter because she's so entertaining? And that leads us to the skincare lines because the audience already had this impression of Trisha when the skincare lines launched. And people didn't know legitimately whether it was real or not. And then we found out that yes, it was absolutely real.
You're neurotic, I'm iconic, you's a basic ass bitch.
On June 7th of 2021, Trisha put up a commercial for a skincare line on their YouTube channel. And to my knowledge, there was no warning that this was coming. There were no teasers that this was coming on Trisha's platform. The commercial just dropped. And to say people were confused by this commercial was an understatement because remember, Trisha has built their reputation on being a troll. And because of the things that happened in the commercial, nobody knew whether to take this seriously or not, like genuinely. So what I want to do is I want to play Trisha's video and I want to actively react to what is happening in the video and tell you kind of what the general consensus was of people during that time. Because a lot happens in this video.
Hi, I'm Trisha Paytas, and you may know me as the internet sensation from such videos as My Ugly Pizza Face and Help My Acne Greasy Skin Makes Me Ugly AF.
So we're less than 10 seconds in, and Trisha is already being Trisha. Just her tone and how exaggerated it is, plus the examples that she's using from her videos, just very on brand, would probably make Trisha fans just more engaged and more interested in what she's gonna say next. And from the jump, a lot of people clocked this as a parody of a Jessica Simpson Proactive ad, which it clearly is.
But acne wasn't the only thing holding me back in life. Well, actually it was.
I hate to stop it so often, but I think this is important to say in that our society tends to demonize acne-prone skin when it's extremely normal and natural. So I absolutely hate this, the way that she presents this. But again, it is very on brand for her.
I'm 33 and I've struggled with acne my entire life. Be it my awful diet, stress, or just oily bad luck, I couldn't get it under control until I found my 7-piece miracle, Paytas Miracle Elixir. In partnership with Charlotte Wilson, founder and CEO of GlowSkinEnhancement.com, we found the miracle combination to work on any skin type. Over the past year,
we have to stop here. I know we're only 30 seconds in, but there is so much to unpack up to this point. Trisha says here that this skincare line works great for acne-prone skin, but it's also universal. Now, I am not a dermatologist. I am not a cosmetic chemist. I am a mom in my basement who finds this stuff fascinating and has been researching it for a really long time, but I'm not professionally trained in this area, so this is just my opinion from what I've heard. Typically, people with really acne-prone skin tend to benefit more, and please correct me if I'm wrong, from specialized skincare that's specifically for acne-prone skin. Not to say that a skincare line like this couldn't help acne-prone skin, but it seems like there's a reason why dermatologists often prescribe specific things for acne-prone skin that may not be prescribed for other people. Second, I paused it right here because This is a big red flag. We've got Trisha's beautiful blonde hair just floating over this bowl of product. We have seen over and over again show labs, and we've seen people like Kylie Jenner and Jaclyn Hill and Michaela Nogueira in these show labs where they're wearing a lab coat and they're mixing product, and they may have like goggles on and gloves and all that stuff. But it seems like that's not really where the product is being produced. The difference here is that in the Trish Skin commercial and also in later things I'm going to show you, it seems like they are implying that this is where Trish Skin is mixed, it's formulated there, it's mixed there, it's bottled there, and also shipped from there in this room with this wood surface. I mean, you can see all the bottles there with the random pink beads. Hopefully none of the pink beads get into the product. According to some videos I watched later, Trisha did say eventually that this batch that they were mixing right here didn't actually end up in bottles, so that's a really good thing, but they imply that it's going to, which is a little bit weird. Because the other influencers that I've seen in similar situations, it's clear that they're making like one product, not an entire batch. I think that's the difference for me here.
We have perfected this formula to help with all hormonal skin conditions, guaranteed to leave you feeling moisturized without the grease and controlled without the dryness. Just flawless, hydrated, healthy skin. Paytas Miracle Elixir has changed my life. Whether I'm filming on my kitchen floor or shooting a music video, I no longer worry about my skin. It really feels too good to be true, but it isn't. It doesn't leave any harsh effects on my skin, and I feel confident with no makeup.
Okay. And this I think was a big thing that Trisha got roasted for. I feel confident with no makeup. And then you look at her and she's wearing makeup, clearly. There's a lot of makeup going on there. Along with that, you can see that there is a beauty filter that was put on this. And Trisha does say eventually that there was a beauty filter on this. I mean, the woman has no pores. There's no pores. And if she felt so confident with no makeup on, why is she wearing makeup in the video? Like, it just didn't make any sense. And it was, the reason why was because it was a parody of that Jessica Simpson commercial, Down to the Dog. And if she hadn't filmed it like this, then it would have ruined the joke. And at this point, we're trying to decide whether this is a real skincare line or not. This is so Trisha, the way that they're launching this. But you got to hear the next line. It just reinforces it. Hold on. I'm going to play you 5 more seconds and then we'll be back.
I want everyone to try this because everyone deserves that confidence that comes from within.
But this whole ad has been about confidence from without. It's confidence in having acne-free skin. That's what it's all been about. It hasn't been about confidence from within. If all it was about was confidence from within, then I guess according to this ad, you wouldn't need the skincare.
It also looks so pretty in the bathroom. I look forward to my skincare routine every morning and night. This is your self-love in a bottle, the facial in a flash. So do this for you. Do this for that glow up. People be like, Trish, you're glowing recently. And this is the secret. I'm so happy to finally be sharing it with everyone. No more hiding behind filters or Photoshop. You don't need it.
She had to have done that on purpose. No more hiding between filters or Photoshop, and you look and the woman has no pores.
Bring the miracle home at trishskin.com. Get it right, get it tight, and get it the Trish way. I'm living proof. Your skin can clear no matter the issue. Miracles happen at trishskin.com. What are you waiting for? Don't go one more day feeling insecure about your skin. Life is too short. Let my Miracle Elixir do the work so you don't have to.
Okay. So I want to ask Trisha this question. So what work am I going to save by buying the skincare line? Because it seems like it would be more work than doing nothing. Like it just doesn't, the line just doesn't make any sense, but I don't think it has to because we've already established that this commercial is absolutely ridiculous. So it doesn't have to make sense. That's the thing. So that's it. That is the commercial. And at that point, people did not know whether they should take this seriously or not. Like, is it real or not? Because remember the spiral I was telling you about? People were still not sure anything that Trisha did, whether it was real or not. But of course, because we're here and I'm making this video, yes, it absolutely was a real skincare line. So let's talk about it. It launched with 7 products in that pink plastic packaging. The set was $199 for the 7 products, and they were traditionally full-sized products. That made them on average $28 per product. And at the time, and I think even up to now, people roast that price, saying that it was very expensive, that it was overpriced. But really and truly, if I'm being honest, $28 per product is not astronomical. It's pricey, but it would fit in with prices at Sephora because you would imagine, the toners and things maybe a little less, with the serums being a little bit more, averaging out to that $28. To me, the price point makes sense, but it only makes sense if this was a typical formula made in a typical way in a typical manufacturing facility by typical professionals, and Trish Skin was not. It was not. So the 7 products in the line were the Day and Night Exfoliator Cleanser, the Morning Face Nutrients, the Morning Toner, the Elixir Tinted Day Cream, the Renew Night Eye Cream, the Renew Activating Glow Night Serum, and the Hydrate Glow Night Cream. The description on the website read, YouTuber and media personality Trisha Paytas has teamed up with skincare guru, aka the Skin God, Charlotte Wilson, and Glow Skin Enhancement to bring you the Miracle Elixir collection. This skincare package is designed to target and correct the common skin issues for all skin types and tones. Get ready to wear the signature flawless glow with age-defying, beautiful toned skin. This package is recommended for men and women ages 18 and up. This collection is designed for non-makeup and makeup lovers, cruelty-free, paraben-free. There was also a little blurb under that read, please take before and after pictures of your skin 30 days after use. Email your images to, and then there's the email address, and receive a free gift. I will admit to you, when this launched, I did not look too much into it, but thankfully, other people did. Professionals like Cassandra Bankson, who is a cosmetic chemist, looked into Trish Skin pretty deeply and made some excellent videos on the topic, kind of picking it apart. So I'm going to link Cassandra's full video down below, but I'll give you the summary of the things that she found. Overall, her reaction was mixed. There were a couple of, oh, that actually doesn't look too bad, to looks of horror. It was the whole gamut. I love this stuff. I'm an ingredient nerd, so I found what Cassandra had to say about this absolutely fascinating. So let's go product by product and talk about the things that she identified. So first off, the exfoliating cleanser doesn't seem to have any exfoliators in there. Typically, the exfoliators in a cleanser are alpha hydroxy acids, beta hydroxy acids. Neither of those seem to appear. There don't seem to be any exfoliators in there at all, which is kind of odd. Second, the face nutrients. There is an ingredient in there that says collagen booster. Now, when you create an ingredient list for any kind of cosmetics, there is a standard that you may have heard of before, INCI. It stands for the International Nomenclature of Cosmetic Ingredients, and it's how worldwide the ingredients are listed on boxes, on labels, so that it can be standard across the world. And collagen booster is just not a thing. It's not, so we don't know what it is. It's the first ingredient in this product, and we don't know what it is. It's just collagen booster, which is a huge red flag. And then the ingredients in the day cream. This is where Cassandra lost it, because if you look at the ingredients, it's literally just sunscreen filters. That's it. That's all that's in it. There's nothing to bind it together. There's nothing to like hold it and make the sunscreen filters be in a thing. So it just doesn't make any sense. So Cassandra really questioned this one on whether all the ingredients were listed because so much seemed to be missing. Sunscreens are notoriously difficult to formulate. And in that, the FDA makes companies who have sunscreens out there, they have to have drug facts on them. It doesn't mean that they're like a drug, meaning like drugs. It's just drug facts, like the way you might see on a bottle of Tylenol, because it changes the function of your skin. It's just the way our FDA works. And to my knowledge, there were no drug facts on this product. At the same time, it claimed an SPF 30, and it only having sunscreen filters with like no base. It's just, there's something wrong here. Moving on to the eye cream. The concerning thing that Cassandra found about the eye cream is it didn't seem to have a preservative in it. And in that, when you have a water-based product, you really need to have a preservative. It may be in there, and then they just didn't put it on the label. We just don't know. But especially when putting something around your eyes, you really need to protect it from bacteria. So it's a question mark, but not having the preservative listed was concerning to her. Unlike the exfoliating cleanser, the night serum has glycolic acid, but the concerning thing about the way that it's listed is glycolic acid is listed as the very first ingredient, which, if that is true, then that means that the glycolic acid is the number one ingredient in these products, and that would mean it's going to burn your face off because that's a lot of glycolic acid. That may even be a clinical strength glycolic acid listed as the first ingredient. Again, raising flags for Cassandra, saying, this probably isn't formulated like this. It's probably just not listed correctly. I'm being hyperbolic about burning your face off, but it probably would not be good to use over and over again as daily use the way that it's recommended. And my personal conclusion after listening to Cassandra and using my own background knowledge of things that I've learned over the years about ingredient lists is it just seems like whoever wrote these ingredient lists just didn't do it well. They just didn't do a good job. They didn't have the knowledge of maybe listing the ingredients in order or making sure to use the INCI names or, making sure to put everything in the ingredient list. There's definitely something going on where whoever wrote these just didn't know what they were doing professionally. And I think I might know how we got to this point, and it has to do with the company that Trisha collaborated with, Glow Skin Enhancement.
Basic ass bitch, I don't need it, I don't want it. Why you trying to get switched?
The CEO and founder of Glow Skin Enhancement is a woman named Charlotte Wilson, and her bio directly from her website reads, Charlotte Wilson is the CEO and founder of Glow Skin Enhancement, which provides high-quality skincare products for all conditions and types. Then she talks about a little bit about where she's from and her personal history, and then it continues. After more than 20 years of researching and developing various skincare products, she created the perfect formula that gives your skin a flawless, radiant glow. For over a decade, she has been privately treating skin problems, educating others about the importance of skincare, and building a credible, top-rated company. It says Glow Skin Enhancement is based in Los Angeles, California, and they say that they have serviced many celebrities. There's a list of about 20 people, including celebrities like Lil' Kim, Toni Braxton, Amber Rose, and Megan Good. In the bio, this is where it gets more specific about the business of collaborating. It reads, Miss Wilson's business continues to grow as she released her first authorized Glow Skin Enhancement skin development as Underneath Skincare to Takira Taylor, or T. Taylor, a member of the musical duo Taylor Girls. Underneath Skincare launched in December 2020 and sold over 50,000 kits with Glow Skin Enhancement personal acne ingredients formulated by Ms. Wilson. Unfortunately, the partnership ended in June 2022 before T. Taylor's new launch. It continues. Ms. Wilson also loaned her formula to vegan goddess Lola Monroe, Jonathan Evans, aka Alex Jarius, Right by Men, Tawanda Braxton, Ladybug and T. Braxton Skincare, and many more. She no longer shares her formula, produces, or fulfills skincare products for those lines. However, she has a few new launches coming in 2024. Ms. Wilson wants to focus more on giving back while quietly turning it over to her adult children. This was kind of strange to me to read because I felt like this was a little odd of a placement for this information in a personal bio. It felt a little bit on the edge of airing dirty laundry, like that she's still upset about these things, but to put it in a personal bio just felt a little different. I've just never seen anything like that in a professional bio. And the other thing I noticed that I thought was really weird is that she mentions all these celebrities, but she doesn't mention Trisha. Trisha is extremely well known, and I'm curious as to why she talks about all these other celebrities but not Trisha. Very strange. But the bio isn't over because then it tells a little bit more about her credentials, saying, with over 10 years of experience in serving as a formulator, private label distributor, wholesaler, and dropshipper, Miss Wilson can fulfill her mission to educate others on the causes of skin damage and ways to protect the skin. Her customized approach promotes skin renewal and restoration, all while enhancing skin tone. This company is known for giving all skin types a more youthful glow. Join the journey to flawless, glowing skin. So I'm researching for this video, and I'm reading this bio, and I'm watching Cassandra Bankston's video, and I'm looking at the ingredient list myself, and I kept asking this question to myself of like, what is Charlotte's training? Like, how did she learn how to do all of this? Because this is very complicated work she's doing formulating cosmetics. What is her formal training? With enough digging, I did find out, and the first clue as to Charlotte's training that I saw came from Trisha herself.
Hey guys, so I'm about to film Frenemies, and if you don't know who I'm supposed to be, don't worry, neither do I, but I wanted to address these comments on my skincare commercial that I posted on YouTube today. So a lot of people are commenting first and foremost that the ingredients actually seem really good, so people who have like studied skin or skincare or estheticians themselves are saying the ingredients are really good, which makes me really happy. This one says, as an esthetician, I worried about the ingredients. The ingredients are amazing, very proud of your work. So this one starts out by saying, okay, the filters are a little much. We did do a beauty filter to kind of make my skin glow. It was supposed to be like along the lines of like 2000s commercials, like this kind of old school vibes. But they didn't edit and said, look at the ingredients. Some of the products, it low-key looks really good. So that really made me happy. So the ingredients and stuff are really good because I'm working with Glow Skin Enhancement. Charlotte's CEO, founder of Glow Skin Enhancement, has been in company for a long time. They've been around for a while, and they've been working on my skin for the past 8 months. So it's something that I actually use. Like it's designed and formulated by an esthetician that's been doing this for a long time. It's designed and formulated by an esthetician that's been doing this for a long time. And it's products I've been using, and I'm just like lucky that I get to be the face of this because it really is like miracle on a bottle. If you want some, link in bio.
Okay, so she's an esthetician. Do estheticians get the training in order to formulate skincare? Like I know they can recommend skincare, they can, put the skincare on people's faces, they can offer treatments, but can they formulate it? And when I looked into that, everything pointed to no, that there is no formal training in that when you're getting your esthetician's license, that it really is all about treatment. In order to formulate skincare, you have to know about pH balancing, and you have to know how much of each ingredient to put in there. How do we balance those ingredients? What ingredients are going to work together in what ways? How do we preserve this formula? Is the formula stable in different environments? Because a lot of people keep their skincare in the bathroom. Is that going to be safe for this product? There's just so much technical knowledge that you need to have in order to formulate cosmetics that most people get through formal training as a cosmetic chemist. But when you pair the issues that Cassandra pointed out with the ingredient list to Trisha saying she's an esthetician, it kind of made sense. Skincare is like baking. You have to know the ratios of what to put in where. You can't just make a cake out of sugar and chocolate and eggs. You have to know how much baking powder to put in. You have to know how much flour to put in. You have to understand how those ingredients interact and how they can change over time. Because all of those things can really and truly affect the final result of what you're making. Let us go back to the timeline of when this is happening in real time, because I found this absolutely fascinating. When this stuff launched, there was a very big culture of drama channels. And in this particular instance, the drama channels were kind of working together to uncover the mystery of Glow Skin Enhancement. And it was actually really cool how they worked together. So T-Spill credited Paige Christie, and Paige Christie credited Dustin Daly in finding all of this information that was right on Glow Skin Enhancement's own YouTube channel. Dustin found in episode 3 of Charlotte's reality show style content on her YouTube channel this clip. And when I say I saw this, my jaw dropped.
But I'm gonna go take care of her real quick and see what's going on with her skin, because I don't think she's coming back into 2021 and she needs my service. The good thing about having your own business and doing it your way, you can do it your way. There's no rules and regulations that I have to follow, but God. I walk up so he gets some exercise. This is my new spot too. This is where I'm gonna do the vaginal cleanse, where you do the cleanse, the bump removal, razor bump, and also to remove hair from the vagina. Now this is the second dog in my place. You know Party Train?
Yeah, he goes on his wee pad.
Okay, so this waiver here is, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an esthetician, I'm not a dermatologist, but I do have a gift. I have a gift of skin. So we both agreeing that you'll allow me to share my gift with you, and by signing, printing, and putting today's date, that's our agreement.
It's some doctors that I've been to that haven't been able to get me together.
Oh, really? Well, honey, like I said, mine come from God, so I'd rather have God than man any day. Look at this, the dog done shit in my office.
Oh, Lord.
Here, let me, oh my God. Did he step in it too?
No.
Yeah, somebody did right there. I guess he did.
Oh, shit.
Clean his paws.
And you know.
And put his motherfucker back in that cage. Put that damn dog back in that cage. I don't give a shit. Oh my God.
Now you're not welcome.
This the second dog that pissed his shit in my spot. No more dogs. They call me the skin god. I'm okay with that. The skin god. How you feeling?
Good.
She said good.
I don't think I need to tell you what's wrong with the dog on the floor in a treatment room. I don't think I need to tell you what's wrong with having a dog in a treatment room at all. I think we are on the same page here. But the fact that Charlotte not only allowed this dog in there, the dog shit on the floor, not only that, but Charlotte filmed it, put it up on her YouTube channel, and it's still there. The video, I took it off the active YouTube channel. The video's still there. I don't know why she has it still up, but clearly there's not enough wrong with it to take it down. In this clip, we learn that Charlotte, from her own mouth, has 0 professional qualifications. Not only that, she's having them sign a waiver to sign away their rights, that her gift from God, which is where she says she was trained, was from God, is what she's sharing with them, and that she does not have any formal training, that she is not licensed, but she's sharing her gift of God with them, and they accept that. That is so incredibly alarming for me. I don't know if it's legal or not, but it feels illegal. But just because something feels illegal doesn't mean that it actually is. But really disturbing. This is the other piece that Dustin found that made my jaw absolutely drop.
We working. Why you don't know how to go away? You always recording. Do everybody have something to do, or do I need to send something home?
We over here, we working.
Hey, Ollie, don't be distracted by work. This ain't for no place where you're dancing with no dog and shit. Don't be doing that.
Would you believe me if I told you that it gets worse from here? This is a video of a gentleman that goes in to see Charlotte, and it appears that she removes a mole from his face.
This is about 20 or 40 moles together. Look at that. Boy, why you keep that for that long?
Let's get that continents off his face. You're in good hands now. Oh no, keep going.
That looks like his mole removed and placed on his shirt, just hanging out on his shirt after being removed. I am not a doctor, but I don't think that's standard practice.
It took years off of you instantly.
I mean, I gotta test it out.
What I would like for you to do is to come back in about 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks from now at night, and let me just make sure that when you heal that there's no hair in it, because you don't want problems later.
And what's concerning to me here is that Charlotte operates out of California, and to my knowledge, from what I read, if I interpreted the law correctly, moles are only supposed to be removed by medical doctors for various reasons. One of them being that when you remove a mole, it should be tested for melanoma and other skin cancers. If for some reason that mole is removed and it is not tested, the person could continue having melanoma for a longer period of time, and that could put their life in danger. I wonder if Charlotte had him sign a waiver, and if he did, does that save her from legal liability? I have no idea. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. I just have a lot of questions about that. Oh, but more happens. More happens because Charlotte doesn't just operate within her studio. She also takes her show on the road. This is a video that she filmed in Atlanta, and she put a call out specifically for people with eczema. And this woman went to her hotel room to show Charlotte her eczema and try to get help because she'd been to medical doctors and it just wasn't working, according to her.
You know, this is where I started everything. It just hit me yesterday. You know what? Let's pick some people who have eczema and take care of them. So I did a little video on my iPhone, and I got a lot of response, a lot of photos of people that are, and it's like, I wish I could save the whole world. Hey. Now, what's your name now?
Stephanie.
How long have you had eczema?
So I've had eczema since I was a child, but it has not been this extreme, except the last summer in 2020. It's like 2020 just, I don't know if it was stress, but it just all over my body from my scalp to my ankles.
I know, I saw your photos. I saw your photos. Let me ask you a question. Let me have my gloves up there, 2 gloves, please. Let me ask you a question. Did you go to the doctors for this situation?
I went to a private dermatologist, and then we changed insurance, and I went to Kaiser, and I did a telehealth visit, and she was shocked. She was like, oh my gosh, like, you're covered. So she referred me out to a dermatologist to get the shot injections in order to boost my immunity because of the flare-ups that I was having to things that I've been around for the past 11 years.
Yeah. How does it make you feel having eczema? Because you definitely have it from your top of your head to the bottom of your feet. I saw your photos, which we'll share it later, not the private parts, but because you want to help someone. I'm going to help you. I promise you I'm going to have you clear. I promise you that with my life.
I believe it.
But I want you to, in return, to know that this is the gift that you got. But you have to even share too, because you never know. There's babies in worse condition than you. Would you want to keep it a secret, or would you want to help them? You know what I
definitely want to share.
Okay, so see this forehead? It's the worst. Now look at how dry, and look at the patch. Look at the patch of just a layer of two or three layers of just skin just sitting there hosting on her new skin. No matter what she do, nothing could penetrate through that. Oh my God, I'm so glad. I'm getting ready to take that off. So we'll take care of her.
All of these videos are still up on the Glow Skin Enhancement YouTube channel if you would like to watch them in full. I just have a ton of red flags for me personally. Clearly, there has been no legal action taken against her for the things that are being shown in these videos. Because they are still up and Glow Skin Enhancement is still in business. I don't know how, though, to be honest. I have no idea how.
Trying to get switched. I'm so super size, you like two fries. I'm so super size, you like two fries.
I think maybe part of the reason why nothing has happened legally to Charlotte and Glow Skin Enhancement is because it seems like, strangely, oddly, again, I still don't get it. Based on the before and after pictures, people seem to have good results from what Charlotte is giving them. There are pictures up of both the lady with the dog and the lady with the severe eczema on Charlotte's website, and both of them look like their skin is much improved. I don't know if 100% it's from what Charlotte gave them or if they had other treatments. There's no way to know. All I know is I see these before and afters, and these are the people from Charlotte's videos, and it looks like their skin has improved the conditions that they had. So I can't explain that. Does Charlotte genuinely have a gift from God? I don't know. I don't know it's possible. Did they get treatment from somewhere else? I don't know. Is it from Charlotte's stuff? I don't know. I'm just giving you the information. You do with it what you will. But when it comes down to Trisha, timelines don't lie. And I'm a little skeptical of whether Trish's skin actually helped Trish or if it was something else. Let's get some dates up here for you. So Trish Skin's intended launch date was May 8th of 2021, but she did not put up her announcement video until June 7th of 2021. Rewind to April 5th of 2021, Glow Skin Enhancement's YouTube channel put up a video on Charlotte's vlog that was announcing the date, the original date. And you can see Trisha in that video. And in that, it doesn't look like she's seen the results that they say you will get from the Miracle Elixir. And they're talking about how they're already starting to work on the skincare line. So you would think, based on what Trisha has said, that at the point when they started working on the line, Trisha's skin should have looked perfect. But according to this video, it didn't.
Something's big is about to happen. And it's not my stomach. It's not that, I promise. Trisha and Glow Skin Enhancement, y'all wait.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Girl.
Okay.
You know my V-Lab spot opened in 3 weeks?
Oh, really?
This is where we do, like I make a thing where it clean, like women have a cycle every month.
Yeah.
Blood stays in it for years, little bitty pieces stay in.
Oh.
Then when you have, intercourse and semen stays. So we do the wall cleanser.
Oh.
And it's like, oh yeah, it takes.
I didn't know that was a thing.
No, it's called wall cleanser. They don't know nothing about that.
Wow.
I'm gonna put you on a toner that I want you to use every morning.
Okay.
To make sure this don't happen again.
Yeah. Better than what it was though when last time we saw you.
Yeah.
My skin was doing great actually. When I ran out of product, it kind of went a little nuts.
So, and this is all the lines that I have. All these people make hundreds of $1,000s too. But I want to put together a line for you with your face, and all I want you to do is sell it. I'm gonna put it together where it's gonna blow you away.
Because your skin stuff literally changed my life.
And
that's amazing.
it's gonna be the color of your car.
Oh
my gosh, that would be so
I just
cool.
already found that out.
Oh my
the
god.
color of your car.
Are you serious? That'd be so amazing. Because I talk about your products all the time. And
So
like,
your jars will be that color and it's going to change. That's going to be your baby.
Oh my god, I would love to. Because I like your stuff's like seriously, like it's magic. Like last time when I started using it, I was like, oh my gosh, like.
You just tell me when you want me to go.
I'm like ready. And how would I have to do it? Would it be like.
You don't have to spend no money. That's the good thing. You ain't got to give me $1.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to set you up to get you some income.
No,
Follow my lead.
Your stuff's amazing.
Follow my lead and let me tell you what I need you to do, and let me get you paid.
Yeah.
You could make like you really if you work, because you have to work.
Yeah.
Work means you got to talk about it. You got to be about it.
Yeah, I will.
And that's it. You know.
Because I tell people anyways. You know what I mean. So I would love to. Because people ask me all the time my skin. Because this is the first little breakout I've had like literally since I last saw you. So probably like 3 months. My skin got so clear.
Because you probably ran out of product.
I did. I ran out like a month ago, and I ordered some from online, and that's when I got the spray toner, but it wasn't the same. So.
Well, it's the same, but you just ordered the wrong stuff. You got to get back where you.
Yeah.
Everything is together again. I'm gonna sell it on my store. You're gonna be like the face of this.
Okay.
You don't want to have the problem. You don't want to. You want me
Customer
to do it.
service. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And it's gonna be the stuff like that I've been using or something different.
Same thing you've been using.
Oh, I love that.
I believe that's the first one that's really gonna do good because I tried the YouTube, it didn't work out.
Yeah, you gotta find like someone who can actually like relate to the audience and stuff like that and sell it. And people know my skin trouble, so like.
You let them know because it's gonna be on the page. Go Skin Enhancement. You'll be perfect for Tuesday. You gonna trust me to do everything?
1,000%. And I will push it.
If you got any ideas like, oh, Charlotte, like a diamond on mine, so I want to do this. Bring me some ideas.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Well, now I can like ponder because I feel like I can think of stuff too. Or say it's like a collab, right? I mean, like
collab.
Okay.
Exactly. So right now, I just want to put you on this package until you come back in 3 weeks. Don't want you to use any of that except for what I'm gonna give you.
The beginning. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Today was a good day, right, Ian? Trish, I think we're going to do some great business together. I presented her an offer that she can't resist. Why? She said the reason why she can't resist is because the product works. She is a living testimony. So I just going to tell you guys, watch out. Her and I are going to the sky. So the moral of the story is believe in yourself. Don't be afraid to approach people with opportunities. If you believe in yourself and know you have the goods, the best, and you know it, present it. Present it. Because she needs it, I need it, he needs it, you need it. We all need it. We all need scared.
Now, we don't know when this video was filmed, but they're implying that this video was filmed at the very beginning of the project. And you can see that Trish still has quite a bit of acne, which is the thing that she says that the Miracle Elixir helps. So it is my personal theory, based on the timeline, that there were other factors that helped Trisha's skin to be better. And I do think that the chemical peel that she got in January had something to do with it. So what I did was I spent hours trying to find the timeline because I'm like obsessed with timelines. Like I want to get everything in order. But there was a big problem with me getting this information because TikTok was glitching or Trisha's deleted stuff or something because there's big holes in her TikTok history. And I had to scroll and this woman posts so much, sometimes multiple times a day for literal years. Like it took forever to scroll back to 2021. And when I got there, I realized there's not a lot of videos from back then. There's a lot of videos right after, there's a lot of videos before, but there's a space where there's very few videos between 2020 and 2022, right when Trish's skin was launching. So I don't know if Trisha deleted it or if it's just TikTok glitching. I have no idea, but here's a screen recording of what I saw on her TikTok account. Her video where she says a bunch of inappropriate things in Hebrew that made a lot of people who speak Hebrew laugh, that was posted October 21st of 2020. The next video is 3 months later on January 28th of 2021, where she says she's on her lunch break from working at Domino's. Then it skips to an entire year later, January 10th of 2022, with Trisha in her wedding dress. So an entire year of content, the year of Glow Skin Enhancement and Trish Skin is gone off of her TikTok. So I can't tell where this big skin transformation happened based on the things that she was posting at the time. But I will tell you that there were some ways that I was able to fill in the holes of the timeline, and that is thanks to other people who captured videos from Trisha's TikTok during this time period. Thank you so much. They had the dates on there of when Trisha posted them, so we know where they fit. And because of these re-uploads, we see that there may be another reason other than Trish's skin that Trisha's skin looked better. And it's because she got a very intense chemical peel. Even before the chemical peel, this video was posted to Trisha's TikTok on February 3rd, 2021.
This. You know what's insane is like, when you cut people out of your life and you feel like good about it, and you're like, why didn't I do this sooner? Like, I feel like a weight has been lifted off me, and I just feel like I just highly recommend, just 10 out of 10 recommend. Like, if something doesn't like sit right with you, cut it off.
And then this video from March 27th of 2021. It is a stitch with Dr. Dustin Portella. He is a dermatologist with about 2.5 million followers over on TikTok. The start of the stitch, I'm just warning you, is very gross. So if you don't want to see that, just don't look for a second. And when you hear the doctor start talking, that's when you can look again. I'm going to go ahead and start the clip now.
While I know it's really tempting to want to peel your skin off after a chemical peel, you really shouldn't because the skin underneath is not yet ready to be exposed to the environment. When it starts to flake up like that, you can trim off the stuff that's flaking up, but don't peel everything else off. It's best to keep a thin layer of Vaseline or CeraVe ointment or Aquaphor or something over that unless your dermatologist or plastic surgeon has given you instructions otherwise. Best to be patient and let your skin do what it wants to do.
Along with that, we have Dr. Shah. He's a dermatologist. He commented on the exact same video of Trisha peeling her skin. Again, if you don't want to see that, look away for a second.
A lot of people are asking what's going on with Trisha's skin right here. It looks like she got a medical grade chemical peel. Believe it or not, these are the normal stages of healing, and it improves texture, tone, and has anti-aging benefit. Her skin is going to be glowing in a few weeks, but try really hard not to pick at it.
And Dr. Shah was right. Her skin was glowing because of the chemical peel, most likely.
Y'all wanted a skin update. Here is the update. So I obviously peeled off my chemical peel, which was like not the best idea. However, I do think it helped slightly, despite me peeling it off early, with a little bit of scarring here and here, but and here. But hopefully that goes away. Overall, my skin texture actually still looks really bomb.
And again, no mention of glow skin enhancement as the reason for her skin to look amazing. However, it was time to launch products.
Super size, you like 2 fries. Got the juice, what it do? Cause I'm feeling loose. Got the juice, what it do? Cause I'm feeling loose.
One more thing happened before the actual launch, and this is pretty wild. Okay, so I showed you the original commercial of Trish Skin that looked like the Jessica Simpson Proactive commercial, right? But there was actually a second commercial. And if you're a fan of musicals, you may have already had this in your head when you heard Miracle Elixir. You might have already been thinking about Pirelli's Miracle Elixir from the musical Sweeney Todd. And Trisha was obviously thinking the same thing, but she took it another step and actually created a parody commercial using Pirelli's Miracle Elixir song as marketing for her Miracle Elixir. And if you know about that movie, this is probably making you go, wait, what? She did what? Allow me to explain. So Pirelli's Miracle Elixir is basically a snake oil. There's a little boy who's on a stage and he's marketing this Pirelli's Miracle Elixir that's supposed to be great for hair loss and a bunch of other things, right? And Sweeney Todd is the competitor to Pirelli. So he exposes that this Miracle Elixir isn't a miracle. It's actually just piss and ink, literally piss and ink. And then here comes Trisha with her own version of the song and lines like, "It worked so quick, sir, 30-day trickster." The fact that Trisha is referencing one of the biggest scams in musical history and then comparing her product to that scam is just wild. But how on brand is that? Because it goes with who Trisha has presented herself to be. She likes to give you that dichotomy that I have something that I love and works so well for me, but it's piss and ink, just so you know. Like, What do we believe? It is so on brand, where most brands would want to stay so far away from being compared to something like Pirelli's Miracle Elixir. Trisha not only embraces it, but she doubles down on it and she highlights it, which is fascinating choice for me.
Latest miracle elixir, yes it works so quick, sir. 30-day trickster, that's what this elixir promises to do. You miss, try this. Elixir Day Cream moisturizes, no grease. Hydrate, glow night, your skin will be tight. Paytas is the name, miracle elixir will change the game. Paytas miracle elixir, yes, it'll work so quick, sir. 30-day trickster, your skin will
It's almost like she's winking at the audience. Like, do you get my joke? Do you see it? Do you get it? Do you wonder whether it's real or not? Or are you intrigued enough to spend $200 to find out whether it's actually good or not? Absolutely wild marketing. And I think I know the answer to that, because I think that Trisha, all they cared about was that people were talking about it, and that curiosity, that wonder would be the thing that would sell the products. That was the piss and ink all along.
Juice, what it do? Cause I'm feeling loose. You're a burner, Tina Turner. Bitch, you're about to get rolled.
I want to very briefly touch on what happened in Trisha's life the day after launch, because this is going to be very important to the story. And that was a huge breakup for Trisha. She had a very public falling out with her podcast co-host, Ethan Klein. The podcast was called Frenemies, and this is what happened.
There's still, people are still like that. Like, trans people are getting beat in their face to death.
No, I'm
like,
so over that shit.
And so, like, watching it, I was just like, holy shit. And, like, Jake Gyllenhaal said Heath Ledger refused to make, like, gay jokes about it, like, during the Oscars. And I don't know.
Is there a third pizza?
You're so not good about this. Okay, let's go through your stupid.
Make sure that
I
everyone
don't
got
like
pizza.
this segment. Just for the record, fan advice is a stupid segment. But
Why?
we can do it. It's so dumb. What's the point?
To give advice to our fans?
But that's not the, like, that's like when people run out of ideas and they start doing Q&As. Like, Tyler Oakley ran ideas. So he's like, we're going to do Q&As now because we have nothing else to talk about. Okay, go ahead. It's such a dumb segment.
It's so not. It's
like we
fun.
have nothing to fill the time.
Okay, well, what, you want to talk more about the what, Brokeback Mountain, a movie from like 10 years ago?
It's like a lazy podcast. Like, we're going to play games on the, like, you know.
A lazy podcast. You don't do anything for it. You just show up. We do all the work.
Oh, my God. Yeah, right.
How am I wrong?
With what? I always contribute. You never have, like, first of all, when you were doing all the podcasts, it was like Keemstar, Jake Paul, like, and everyone's like, we're so sick of hearing about this because it's everything. Like, I saw on this, you had stuff from last H3. You just recycle H3 content on Frenemies. You're like, oh, we're going to do Trisha through the history meme or whatever. And like, you already did that on the last episode, and I saw it's on here.
I didn't bring it up. I didn't say it.
But the fact that it's already on there, like, I had to bring up all these other topics because I'm like, I don't want to go to that because you brought it up last week.
Let's see.
Then there's a back and forth arguing about contributing to the podcast, who contributes more, and how Trisha doesn't like the topics because they feel like recycled ideas.
But I feel like you're so angry about this.
I'm literally not, but it's just so funny.
Are.
I'm not. I'm angry when you say something.
You need to admit when you're angry.
Ethan, I promise you, this is really is gaslighting. I go to a lot of therapy right now, and this really is. When I say I'm not angry, I'm not. I'm like just trying to tell you that you're like, oh, we do everything for the show, and I'm like saying it's not always good. I'm not angry. If I was angry, I would like leave or something, but I'm not. But you telling me I'm angry
or something. You're not upset or angry. Okay. All right.
But it is like frustrating when you think you do all this work and like think, oh, we're doing all this great stuff, and it's like, it's not that great sometimes. A lot of it is, and I like appreciate all the work you do and stuff like that, but it's also like not that great. I don't get input on like people we hire, like all this stuff like that. I don't get
people we hire. Why would I ask you about people I hire?
Because it's Frenemies and you take the budget for paying the crew. That's what you told me. You take highlights, you take 5% to pay the crew.
No,
so why don't I get any input on the crew or what we do?
These are employees of our
So why are you taking
company.
highlights and 5% of Frenemies? You told me that it was to pay them, that they could be working
for production costs.
This led to an argument about money and how they were splitting the revenue from the podcast. I really wish this had been a private conversation.
I think that's not what it is.
That's what you said.
So then that's.
But
I don't remember. But that's not
gaslighting
what
is telling someone how they feel, and you're telling me how I feel, and I'm telling you I don't feel frustrated or upset. So I don't know what else that could be. How am I gaslighting you by telling you I'm not feeling this way? How is that gaslighting you? I'm not feeling this way.
Okay.
I wouldn't show up. I wouldn't come here. I would,
You listen. You can be upset and not
I'm
be because but you could be upset and then also not be like, I'm not showing up. You are
I'm
like
not
there's levels.
If I was upset, I wouldn't show
I'm just
up.
explaining. I'm just because you can be upset and still show
But
up.
I'm
That's
not
my point.
upset, and that's
Okay,
what
all
gaslighting
right.
is. Because you're saying I'm gaslighting you by saying
you. You're not upset. You're perfectly.
Oh,
You're in
wow.
a perfect condition right now.
Okay. Wow. Holy cow, that's crazy. I mean, I don't know how you. I just don't see what you just did. That's really.
What did I
crazy.
do?
We have to end it now. Like really.
What did I do?
We got to stop for real. Really. We need
Okay.
to stop. Please. Okay.
Whenever you're ready, you
All
can walk
right,
away.
So. No, because I don't want to title this.
It's the
Trisha-
pizza curse.
Can we just?
I'm not going to title it
It's not. All
Trisha's
right.
thing. It's the pizza curse. It is.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't have got pizza. The pizza? Oh no, it was pizza. Trisha, let me just say,
The
I'm
fact,
sorry.
Ethan, that you just did that, you're right. You're
I don't know
right.
what I just
Nothing's wrong
said.
with you. But I go. You don't know how much therapy I go to a week. I go to 4
But
Zoom
Trisha,
sessions a
you
week.
can't-
No,
I understand,
Ethan,
but okay,
what you
all right.
just said was, "You're right, Trisha. Everything's fine." That's insane. Like the fact that you did that to me is like
It's
insane.
not insane. We're friends.
was
We're
so
having
nice.
a friendly conversation. I shouldn't have to walk on eggshells around everything I
Okay.
say.
All right, Ethan.
We
I'm
have
asking to end this. I'm asking.
You can
please.
leave anytime, Trisha.
But then you're making this thing where we're not ending the show, and you get to sit here and be like, "Okay, well that just happened," and you're eating pizza, and then
I
some
will
joke
end
and
the show
whatever.
the minute you walk
All right,
off the
so let's
frame.
just end it, please. Thank you guys for watching, and I don't want it to be a thing where you're just sitting here eating pizza and you become a meme.
So then I'll say I'm sorry.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't want to get in an argument
I
over
really
like
need
your
to
most.
leave.
Okay, all right, we're done. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
So Trisha quit the podcast, and as a result, she started getting a ton of hate from Frenemies fans and specifically Ethan Klein fans. Hold on to that because we're going to come back to that in just a few minutes. But we gotta roll with the timeline, and the next thing that happened was that Trisha put out a video of the behind the scenes of her skincare. It was like the beginning of it was behind the scenes, and then she went into like a little bit of a vloggy style, and then talked a little bit more about the skincare line at the end. I do want to watch this with you as well because I have a lot of things to say about it, and I want to watch it with you.
All right, you guys, we are here seeing all the product. This is where it's fulfilled right here in California, so nothing is overseas. It's mixed, made, manufactured, everything shipped from California. When you walk in, got the newest Miracle Elixir product shots. I'm really excited for you guys to see the full music video, but let's go into my little unit. It's so exciting. All right, guys, here it is. At long last, Trisha Paytas by Glow Skin Enhancement Miracle Elixir. I'll put the website below, but yes, it is going to be available right now, and here is what it looks like inside. Ta-da! So this is where it's all manufactured and shipped and made.
Yes. That's where it's all manufactured, shipped, and made. She said it out loud. I believe her. I have no reason not to believe her. I have looked around trying to find contrary information to that, but it seems like that is real. The big thing that concerns me about this room just in general is that wood surface, if that's real wood, because wood is porous and a little bit more difficult to clean than other surfaces when you're talking about a sanitary environment to mix skincare. And a big question is does Charlotte have a license to do all of this in this space? And I don't know that for sure, but it does not seem like she does. And if she is formulating and mixing and packaging products in an unlicensed facility, then that means that could be in a violation of good manufacturing practice guidelines by the California Board of Barbering and Cosmetology, or the CDPH regulations, and or the FDA rules around cosmetic safety and labeling. In all my digging, I didn't see her saying that she has that, but it is possible she does. I just haven't seen any evidence of it. Maybe she's just keeping that information private. I don't know.
Charlotte of Glow Skin Enhancement has fixed my skin from like December. I was like in desperate need because like nothing I did was fixing my problematic skin, but it's good for all problem skin. If you have like psoriasis, whatever your condition is, like
It's good if you have any sort of like redness, discoloration, like everything. Obviously mine was acne.
Okay, all right, this is not good. So a couple of things here. First, she says that Charlotte fixed your skin in 6 months. Absolutely possible. That's a great amount of time to be using skincare to see real and actual results. Love that for her. 6 months, wonderful timeline. But if you look back at the timeline, the 6 months would have put us at like December, January of 2021, which is right before she got her chemical peel. So, I mean, I don't know, but you get what I'm trying to say. I just find it interesting that she got a chemical peel and then all of a sudden her skin was fixed specifically by these products. But the biggest concern here, and you probably saw my face as I was reacting, is the fact that Trisha says that the skincare can fix psoriasis, and no matter what your skin condition is, it can fix it. That could be an illegal claim. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but it could be illegal. I don't think Trisha would have known that, to be honest. I don't even know if Charlotte would have known that, but it definitely, from what I've researched, could be illegal. So products in the US that claim to treat or cure a problem like psoriasis have to have drug facts. They have to be FDA approved in order to change, say that they can change the function of the skin. That's really bad to say that. In that, this could have prompted the FDA to contact them with a cease and desist. They could have labeled them misbranded. They could have made them do a mandatory recall at their own cost. They could have made them turn in all of the products for destruction. I mean, there's so many things that could have happened. It didn't happen. I don't know why, but it didn't happen. So I guess they got away with it. I don't know. But the visibility that Trisha had at the time, I'm honestly shocked that this wasn't reported to the FDA. Let's keep watching.
There's something in the stars, something in the air, and I feel alright.
Okay, so I just want to say I'm very happy to see that they're wearing gloves. Yay for wearing gloves. I'm a little concerned they're not wearing hairnets, but at least they're wearing gloves, so that's good. The other thing I wanted to mention is the hand pouring of the product into the bottle. I don't see them weighing the product after it's filled, so that could lead to an inconsistent fill if they're not careful. I mean, I guess she's filled so many bottles, she knows what it's supposed to feel like. She knows, the general weight, but really professionally, they should be weighing each bottle if they're hand filling it. The other thing, of course, is the wood surface and how difficult that might be to clean.
Expectations. No one loves me like I love myself. Don't attempt to elevate this shit. I'm wandering from messing up. It goes so fast. 1 second I am dancing in your arms. The next one we were kissing in your car, and I am hitting rewind. Make it last 1 minute. We were perfect in your bed. The next one you were local with something I wish I never said. Ah damn, you got me feeling high on life, riding that pina colada starry night.
All right, what the fuck? Okay, this when I saw this for the first time, this is where I lost it, because in the commercial, of course, we saw this, but now we know that this was meant to be part of the manufacturing process, with Trisha's beautiful hair just hanging over the bowl, just shaking around. I'm like, no. Like, how easy would it be for one of those beautiful long blonde hairs to just fall in that batch of product? Like, oh my gosh, I'm dying right now. Again, they said that this batch was thrown away, but they're giving the impression that this batch is going to be sold to consumers. All right, the rest of the video is essentially just Trisha talking about her life and like what's going on with her life. Of course, full video will be down below if you want to watch the whole thing, but that was essentially it. Personally, and of course you never know what to believe with Trisha, I feel like this is exactly the way things were made. This is exactly the way that it was done. I found nothing to the contrary. It seems like a bragging thing. It seems like I'm so excited about this, that this is wonderful and this is exactly what we're doing and we're showing you the behind the scenes. Isn't this cool? It doesn't seem like a clickbaity outrage moment. It seems genuine. But with Trisha, who really knows?
To get rolled, I'm Madonna, so Nirvana. I'm about to strike a pose.
Would you be surprised to learn that there were problems with the products after they launched? Probably not. I was not surprised. But what I was surprised about is that the issues did not seem to be widespread. So after the products launched, skinfluencers had naturally bought the products to review them. Two of those influencers were Freddie and also James Welsh. And I want to talk to you a little bit about what they had to say about the products that they purchased. Let's start with Freddie.
Let's go to the website. So first off, this does not match what you're given. If you zoom in, it says morning toner. That is not the packaging. Morning face nutrients is also not the same packaging. What does match is the last day cream, and this is what the cleanser looks like, and it sort of looks like the morning toner. So that's all that I can see. And I was confused as to why it's different, but honestly, it is better for the morning face nutrients to be in that opaque packaging because I think there is vitamin C in there. Regardless, it's not the same. So I don't know why. If we go to the actual Glow Skin website, 7 sold in the last 13 hours. So people are still buying this, by the way. 21 reviews, 5 stars. I don't think it's possible for there to be 21 reviews and the people have barely used it because I got this, I think 5 days after I ordered it. If people got it maybe 3 days, you still need at least 3 to 4 weeks of testing it to see results. So these are either fake or biased or really dedicated fans of Trisha's. There's 22 people looking at this product right now. Nice. Hey. So first of all, correct me if I'm wrong, actual dermatologists and scientists out there. If you want to make something that has SPF in it and is approved by the FDA, it has to go through, I think, 2 years of regulation and testing. Like, you can't just say, oh, I put avobenzone and titanium dioxide in, it's SPF 30 and get away with it. Like, legally, you have to go through a bunch of tests. So she was probably planning this at least 3 years ago then. If this is actually SPF 30, that's the thing. Like, I can't really tell if there is. There's a lot to go through. This last part though, apply a dime-sized amount of Elixir tinted, tint where? Tint who? Tint what? What tint? It's not, SPF 30, no tint. Don't know why that's there. And even if you were to use something that has SPF, it can't be a dime-sized amount. 2 to 3 fingers at least is going to be able to cover your face, neck, and ears. The packaging does not include the ingredients on the back. There is no ingredient list in this box. I have opened it 3 times just to make sure. So let's see. I wonder, one, is it legal to not put the full ingredient list? Because I emailed them asking for the whole list. I have not received a response, by the way. And actually, there's a phone number, so why don't we call that too? Let's pull up.
Hello, and thank you for calling Glow Skin Enhancement. All of our representatives are assisting other clients at this time. Please stay on the line, and the next available representative will be happy to assist you.
Okay.
Thank you for your patience.
Sure.
Just to pause for a second here, I'm not going to play the person on the other line's voice because in California, I do believe that is a one-party consent state, which means that this phone call may have been recorded illegally. So I am not going to play it. I will tell you it does sound like Charlotte's voice on the other line.
Glow Skin Enhancement, how can I help you?
Hi, I was wondering if I was able to find a full ingredient list for Trisha's skincare collaboration with Glow Skin Enhancement. I looked online and I couldn't find it all.
It's on the ingredient card that we have. So give me a minute today if you're going to be available today.
No problem.
Yes, it'll be available on the site. It's on the ingredient card.
Did the card come with the package?
It's on the how to use. Right, it's on the how to use. We'll place it online today.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What? Okay, I don't know if it caught on camera. It's on the ingredient card. What? This? With a bad photo because it's like very low quality and I can see the pixels? No, this is how to put it on. There's no ingredients on here. And then they said they'll put it on the website today. Why not the day of? Also, this magnet right here is not too good because one little mishap and it pops right off. Can you see how I'm able to move it right now? It's not really stable. And if you look at how it's boxed, these open up. I don't know why you would package it like that, but that just makes it even easier to break and open when it's being shipped. Like if I compare this to an actual PR box I got, this is how they packaged theirs, First Aid Beauty. Notice how there's, you know, paper to hold the product so they don't fly around. The boxes themselves have the entire ingredient list on here. And making a cardboard like this saves you the need to use styrofoam to hold your products in. And also, it's easier to hold this toner. Now the day cream. Oh, okay. So as you can see, this is a combination of avobenzone, homosalate, oxybenzone, titanium dioxide, and zinc oxide only. No water, no nothing, no glycerin, no binding ingredient, no preservative. This actually doesn't have a scent, which surprised me because I was like, so far everything has been scented so weird. Let's just try out the day cream. Remember, this has mineral sunscreen in it, and you know those are white. For anyone who has deeper skin out there, I want you to look carefully and tell me if you suspect anything. Zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, no. I don't care if you are the best brand in the whole world. If you have a mineral sunscreen, it's gonna leave a white cast at least for 1 minute. You have to rub it in. That took 2 swipes and it was gone. This has disappeared. It doesn't smell like any sunscreen either. It has literally no scent. So I question whether or not this actually has SPF in it, which is why I put another one on my face. Let's compare it to Dermalogica. This is a completely chemical sunscreen. Ready? Do you see the difference? Even though this is all chemical, it has a white cast, like just a little bit at first, because they come off as white or purple or sometimes bluish on really deep skin tones. So for everyone, yeah, actually the sunscreen will work because I don't think there's any sunscreen in it. I can't confidently say that this will protect you from the sun because it has to be approved by the FDA first. I did contact them again later tonight because I was like, hey, I checked online, still don't see the full ingredient list. And they're like, yeah, we submitted it, it should be there tomorrow. And I was like, submit for who? If you're the company, why can't you update it yourself? Like, who is this submitting to? And then the person on the phone, I'm not sure, I don't think it's Charlotte. She told me she was the designer of the products, and I was like, graphic designer, like designer of the packaging? What kind of designer? But either way, I was asking for a refund. I said, was it possible to exchange or anything? Because I had a bad reaction with the eye cream. I didn't really trust the SPF, and overall the serums, they didn't really work for me. I just found that they irritated my skin even more, and this is like, why do you think I have this on now? And then she proceeded to say, oh, well, like, let me tell you what they're meant to do. Like, the cleanser is meant to exfoliate and go deep into your pores. I was like, I understand how cleansers work. I saw your website, and I have done this for 6 years. I don't need a lesson. And then I told her, like, yeah, I understand that. And then I said, well, is it still possible to receive a refund? And she says, like, what for? And I said, well, some of them irritated me. And then she flat out says, verbatim, yeah, the sunscreen, when mixed with the day cream, can irritate your skin. And I, once again, question, like, what do you mean mixing your sunscreen with the day cream? Like, there is no, it's one product. So I'm not sure this designer really knows every single thing, or they just messed up. It was an innocent mistake. Either way, she corrected herself and said, oh yeah, sorry, yeah, the sunscreen itself, there is an ingredient there that can irritate the skin. And I'm like, what is it? What? Give me it. And then she says, yeah, I can give you a full ingredients list. I still have yet to receive it. And that she'll give me a refund.
James Welsh also talked about the products, and he echoes some of the same things that Freddie said.
I haven't tried these because I instantly regretted buying these, but the thought of discovering a newer indie brand, a black-owned business that I never heard of before, I was like, okay, I kind of want to see what this is all about. So when it comes to these products, who's formulating these? She's not a chemist. Is she doing this? Is she just literally bunging stuff in a tub and mixing it together? I don't know. I mean, when we look at the textures of the products, they kind of do look like the cream there. I don't know if you can see it, but it does look like it's curdled. It looks like it's separating a little bit. What worries me here is we have an SPF, and I know SPFs are difficult to get approved, and they're difficult to go through the approval process. So that looks a little bit better. I don't know how that has sunscreen in. I'm not saying they're lying at all, but that is so insanely sheer Again, in my personal opinion, I'm not sure that that's a sunscreen. I don't want to say it. I feel really bad. Something doesn't feel right about that. I don't know. Something's not right. I completely forgot I have this camera called Sunscreener that sees unprotected skin in their words. So it sees exactly where you've applied your sunscreen. This camera is designed specifically to show the invisible UV light. Since sunscreen's job is to absorb UV light before it hits your skin, it looks dark when you look at it through Sunscreener, whilst unprotected skin appears light. So, judging by this Sunscreener camera, this isn't a sunscreen, allegedly, in my opinion. Just thoughts. The camera could be faulty, just trying to cover my back here. She's not a dermatologist, she's not a cosmetic chemist, she's not an esthetician. From what I can see, there's no reason why she should be doing any of this. I don't know. It's worrying. It makes me very, very nervous that they've then gone out and shipped these products to hundreds of thousands of people maybe who are wanting to cure their eczema, their acne, their more serious skin conditions because it's helped Trisha.
James gives us a bunch of really interesting clues here. So the first thing is that it doesn't smell like sunscreen. Of course, there's ways to make sunscreen not smell like sunscreen. For example, I'm thinking right away, my favorite sunscreen facial moisturizer of all time is the one by Fenty Beauty. That thing smells amazing. So it is possible, but what really gives me pause was the test that James did with the UV filter camera and that it looked like it showed that there was no SPF in the product. That is extremely concerning if that's true. Besides the product reviews from influencers, there was an issue in the shipping of the products. This was highlighted specifically by a person on TikTok named Jane. She was really excited. She gets to her table and she wants to unbox Trish skin for her viewers. And this is what happens. It is a literal mess.
Okay, I'm back. So.
I wish there was a little bit more padding because looks like my box is a little bit cray-cray. Oh man, so this is how it got. Everything's all over the place. Some of my things were spilt. That's not cool. Some of the things were spilt. And this is broken. What the f? Also, look at this paper. Look how it came. So, I'm a little upset because something definitely spilt in here. Also, this came broken. This is not okay. Literally, something broke in here. Like, I don't know, something spilled or I don't... Oh, it was this. $200 for me to receive a package that has spilt items. Like, the box came crazy. Like, what the heck? I'm pretty sad, you guys. Hopefully they have good customer service because I'm definitely going to contact them.
So Jane says she then contacted customer service and wasn't getting a response. After that, I'm assuming she was getting a lot of engagement on her TikTok, so she uploaded some clarification videos.
I just woke up. I didn't expect my video to get crazy views, but yes, it's true. My products came damaged and all over the place and spilt. And again, I don't care about paying $200 for skincare products because they're skincare products. I know they're going to be pricey, but getting damaged products that don't have anything in them anymore, it's pretty frustrating. And I've been contacting them email after email trying to get a refund or an exchange or something because this is not okay. $200 for not even being able to use a product, that's not okay. It wasn't that little one that was spilled. I figured it out. It was this big one with no top on it. And a few other ones that were just like loose at the top of the lid, so it spilled a little. So this is exactly how it came. There was no padding or anything. The products were scattered. The paper is messed up, and I don't know how that happened. No hate to Trisha or anything like that. I'm just trying to reach out to her to help me get a refund because I've been emailing the business. I even emailed her business email and nothing. So hopefully
someone gets back to me. I still really want to try the skincare products. I don't have any skincare products, and I also wanted to review them really badly on my profile to show people if it was worth it to buy it or not. Also, for those of you saying I freaking opened it before, no I didn't. Look, I don't think tape would re-stick like that. So I'm not the only one. Also, I just remembered I paid $2.24 because shipping was $24. So they should have had it packaged better. This is the proof. This is a proof. Glow Skin Enhancement, $2.24. Shipping was $24. I'm not hating on the product. I'm not hating on Trisha. I haven't even tried the product, so I have nothing to say about the product. All I'm upset about is how it arrived and the fact that I have spilled products and damaged products, so I just want to get that fixed. Y'all, I'm freaking deceased. My freaking Honest diapers and wipes came with bubble wrap, but Trisha's package didn't come with bubble wrap. Are you kidding me? These don't even need bubble wrap.
Meanwhile, Glow Skin Enhancement and Trisha are getting tagged in these posts that Jane is putting up. And in that, Charlotte made her way over to Jane's comment section. And I want you to take just a moment and think, okay, put yourself in Charlotte's shoes, and you have a customer and she has unboxed your product and it has come like this, and you want to go comment on the video where it shows everything is broken and where the person is talking about their experience. What would you say? Like, how would you handle this situation? Would you contact her privately? Would you offer to send her new products? Would you offer a refund? Would you yell at her and accuse her of lying? I think you can see where this is going. The TikTok account that wrote the comment is now deleted, but it was captured by Insider, who wrote an article about the situation. And in that Insider article, it quotes the post as saying, "I don't care, not into TikTok. Oh well, pick on someone else. I work hard. You don't know my story. Stay strong. We sent you a replacement." And Charlotte did confirm to Insider that she did write this post. But it did not end there, because there was a second and more angry post that came from that same TikTok account. And you can see it on the screen because there is a screenshot of this. It reads, "You can lie and hate on Trish, but when it comes to my business, you want to lie and put this fake lie out? Answer your door." So let's unpack that for a second. First, that's weird. That's just a weird thing to say. The way she's saying about, you can say whatever you want about Trisha, but when it comes to my business, you would think that if she cared about Trisha as a person, if she was friends with Trisha, that she would care if people were talking bad about Trisha as well. But it sounds like she's just worried about her own business, which, okay, it's a strange line to draw, but okay. Let's move on to the most concerning part, which is the answer your door thing. And we don't know what Charlotte meant by this, or the person who wrote this meant by this. We don't know. I was trying to think, like, best case scenario, what could it mean? And maybe it's like a say it to my face kind of statement, but I feel like that might be a stretch. It really feels like a threat. It feels like a threat because if you think about it, Jane had ordered this product and it was shipped, I'm assuming, to her home. So therefore, Glow Skin Enhancement has her home address. So that would be absolutely terrifying. If I were, got a message like that from a brand owner, answer your door, I would personally see that as a threat. And even if Charlotte didn't intend that to be the message, I feel like that was the way that it was interpreted by most people. 3 days later, Jane publicly addressed this on her TikTok. This was what she put up.
Okay guys, now I am a little bit upset. As a small business owner, I don't think this was in any way, shape, or form you could have approached this situation. I restated in my videos, no hate to Trish, no hate to the company at all, anything. I just received a bad packaged item. Obviously, if the package wasn't gonna have any bubble wrap or anything in it, everything was gonna move around in there and break because of the way things ship out. And that's the whole reason why I posted that, was because I was upset that it arrived like that, and I was just updating my followers and I wanted to get a refund or an exchange or something. And I did reach out twice via email, and I do not want to post those. I will send them to you privately on Instagram. I don't appreciate getting called a liar or anything because I'm just a customer giving my review.
And Jane is absolutely right. When you spend $200 plus $24 in shipping, you have a right to be upset if things come broken. I mean, even if she paid nothing for shipping, you have a right to order something and have it come in one piece and have the brand treat you with respect and offer some way to remedy the situation, because it wasn't Jane's fault. Maybe it wasn't even Glow Skin Enhancement's fault. Maybe it was the post office's fault, but still the customer put in their money and the product came not functional, spilled everywhere. The one product was not usable anymore. You would think that at least at the very bare minimum, they would send a replacement product for the one that was broken. I don't think that's unreasonable to expect. And it's definitely not unreasonable to expect a brand owner not to come and attack you on your social media. The next day after that, that's when the Insider article went live. And I think that's when maybe Charlotte got kind of a reality check, like, this is hitting mainstream. I need to do something about this. In an email to Insider, Charlotte alleged that the answer your door comment had been written by a young 20-year-old that she hired to run her TikTok account, and that she had since released this teen of his duties, saying that she hadn't been aware of the comment. Insider said that Charlotte also told them, quote, "My heart hurts for her, and I hope my apology allows her to heal from the hurt. I wish I could do more." Charlotte told Insider that she took full responsibility for the packaging issue and that she didn't think that the products would move from the holder in transit. She said that Glow Skin Enhancement had since changed its packaging and issued refunds or replacements to those who reached out. And then Jane showed that this was happening in a short video update.
I just wanted to update you guys. Hey guys, I just wanted to come on here and say thank you for those of you who were defending me in the comments. With those nasty commenters, people will say anything behind a camera. I'm still in a lot of shock that I got told something like that I got a response like that by the business owner. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was having a fever dream or something. Anyways, I'm not going to be talking about any of that stuff anymore. I'm going to move on. They are shipping me a new box. They finally responded to me after sending them a few DMs on Instagram, showing them proof about me reaching out to them and letting them know I was really upset. So yeah, hopefully I get my new box soon. Hey guys, I know I wasn't going to touch on this subject again, but here I am making one last final update video about the whole situation. She did reach out to me today through Instagram and apologized, and we came to a peaceful resolution, which was my initial intention. With that being said, I still want to review the products, so right now I'm just waiting for the new product to ship and get here, and I will start my review. I'm looking forward to update you guys in the future when I receive it.
Trisha then herself addressed the issues on a TikTok, explaining what they were going to do in order to fix the problems with shipping.
So we totally see your concerns with the way the skincare has been shipping out and packaging. There have been a few people that got their product and it either like leaked or whatever, and we are totally fixing that. We are now sealing all washers and toners. Always say TikTok, customer service, whatever you have an issue with, we will accommodate you in any way, shape, or form. We are also adding extra padding to get them shipped nice, safely, and neat and perfect to you guys. Operating with a small business, and it's always like a growing and learning experience, and we are so happy to grow and given the opportunity to make things right. And I'm just excited for you guys to try the products. Skin.com for that 7-piece system.
Other than not apologizing to Jane directly, I think that Trisha handled this relatively well. She showed the process, she explained how they were going to make it better, she stayed calm, she seemed genuinely apologetic without being overly so. I mean, she just seemed very professional about it. Charlotte did come in again and she addressed Jane directly and apologized to her, which I thought was a really good thing to do. I'm not going to judge Charlotte's apology. I'm just going to play it for you and let you decide what you think about it.
Listen, when I tell you all, I am personally apologizing to J Baby on TikTok. She knows we've already talked. I didn't do it. I have an iPhone, 2 of them. I have a Samsung. I have 2 watches. I don't know how to handle all that, so I have people to do my social media. I run my company. I didn't. But I did the right thing. I got rid of someone who's been with me for 2 years because it was inappropriate, it was rude, and it was disrespectful. I did the right thing. So please, you all, stop beating me up. And when I said, oh, well, you know, what can I do? It's nothing I could do because you are going to believe what you want. I did not.
I'm showing you these in the order that I personally found them because I want you to have that same experience, because after I watched that video, I was like, all right, well, that was pretty nice. And then I found this re-upload of another video that Charlotte had uploaded. And I'm assuming that this was probably before the one that was the direct apology to Jane.
Guys, here's a deleted TikTok from Trisha and her skincare partner addressing the whole situation that happened. Here you go.
Packaging. Sorry, everyone. I wasn't thinking clearly. New packaging. Box come unsealed. Take it. Close it. Put your items in. Put it in your bathroom shelf. This is how they come. Perfect.
In this video, Charlotte is clearly upset, and I was trying to put myself in Charlotte's shoes and where I've been through my life, and I haven't handled criticism well throughout my whole life. I found out at 41 that I had ADHD, and a year later after that, I learned that I had very severe rejection-sensitive dysphoria. Now, I'm not saying that Charlotte does or not. I'm just kind of speaking this from my personal perspective, but when I get a feeling of rejection or that I've made a mistake, I feel it very deeply. So I'm trying to put myself in Charlotte's shoes and how this must have felt to have worked so hard on the skincare launch, been so excited about it, and then to feel attacked. I mean, if you look at that foam that she put in there, that looks like a custom foam specifically made for Trisha's products, and I'm sure that that was expensive. I'm sure she put her heart and soul into this, making sure everything was perfect, and then to have people get broken products, that probably hurt her and was upsetting to her. And the only explanation could be that somebody was lying because she put in so much. So I'm trying to feel that emotion with her, but at the same time, it's like, as a brand owner, you've got to at some point have someone around you that you trust telling you to take a breath, you know, and to not react like that publicly. I mean, this was the wrong move for Charlotte and Glow Skin Enhancement. What I'm thinking is it's possible that they saw it as sabotage, that because of the frenemies thing that had just gone down, that maybe they thought that Jane was faking that things had come broken just to hurt Trish, and in that hurt Glow Skin Enhancement. And that was the reason why Charlotte reacted like that. But it was not good. I mean, we all make mistakes in life, but this one was a real big one. What it comes down to, though, and I think this is really important to mention, is that Glow Skin Enhancement did send Jane a new box. And it only took 6 days from when Jane posted her original video with the broken products for her to have brand new products in her hand. And that says to me that Glow Skin Enhancement really, once they realized what happened, once Charlotte realized, or whoever at Glow Skin Enhancement realized that something had happened, they really did try to correct it as quickly as possible. The motivation for why they wanted to correct it as quickly as possible is up for debate, but it seems like they corrected it in a way that Jane was happy. But that wasn't all that went wrong with the Trish Skin launch, because remember, we're only 2 weeks post-launch at this point, and people are still getting their products in the mail, they're still trying them, they're still getting used to the products and seeing if they work for them or not. About 2 months after launch, there was a customer complaint heard around the internet. And it was a customer who claimed that Trish's skin had given her a chemical burn. Now, I want to give so much credit to a channel called Drama Investigator who put the timeline together in real time of when this happened. So thank you to her wherever she is. That is where I got this information. Her full video will be linked down below. I know that it is good because it matches up with all of the articles that I found and all the timestamps all match. And Drama Investigator did have a pretty darn good reputation back then. Allow me to introduce you to Sara. On August 10th of 2021, she posted 2 tweets to her then called Twitter about how Trish Skin had given her chemical burns. The first one said, at Trisha Paytas, "Hey, has anyone reached out about side effects from Trish Skin? I've been trying to talk to you privately about it, but you won't reply, and I figured I'd try one more time before I start posting the pics." And then the second one had a photo of her nose, and it said, "Trisha, please reply. I wanted to do this privately, but since you won't respond, I'm freaking out. Your skincare did this and it hurts so bad. I don't know what to do." So I'm showing you the blurred version right now. I'm about to show you the unblurred version. So if you don't want to see that, look away. I will tell you when it's gone. This is the unblurred version. There is definitely something wrong with Sara's nose. All right, I'm going to put the blurred version back up now. So after that, Sara took to TikTok to share her story.
Well, this is how my day is going. I get off the phone with the dermatologist this morning, and they thankfully could get me in super last minute for this whole fiasco. And they say, okay, we have an appointment. Get here as soon as you can. So I throw on some shoes, throw on a beanie, grab a hoodie, run out the door. The irony.
Note the frenemies hoodie. More on that later. And of course, people on the internet, as they do, started reacting. Trisha, it looks like she had maybe posted a link to one of her videos on Twitter, and someone replied to that post, and they said, "You should get sued for your skincare products." Sara saw this, and she replied, "Depending on how my appointment with the dermatologist goes this morning, it actually might happen, LOL. My insurance doesn't cover this sort of stuff, and I can't even afford the first bill for the consult, let alone all the treatments and whatever else I'm going to need done to prevent lifelong scarring or deformation/discoloration. This is why I wanted to handle it privately." So 2 days after Sara shared that she was going to the dermatologist and started sharing her story on Twitter, she posted this update.
Sorry I went kind of like MIA yesterday. I had a mental breakdown and just didn't look at my phone. I couldn't read any tweets or TikToks or anything. I basically just laid in bed all day and cried. And I just left a counseling appointment, and it went a lot better than I could have hoped for. It just sucks. Like, basically, I looked in the mirror, hated myself, and then hated myself for hating myself solely based on how I look. And I'm already insecure about myself as it is. And now that this is a thing. Sorry, I got cut off. Anyway, I digress. This is now, it's like rock hard, but at the same time, at least now I can wear my glasses and see. Before, if this would hit anything, it would break open the scabs and it would start bleeding, and that's just going to cause more scarring. I will make more updates about this whole thing, and I know a lot of people are curious of exactly how this happened. And no, it's not fake. Why would anyone fake this shit? Really? Really? If that's the kind of people you guys are used to, you need to start, I don't know, reevaluating the people you're around.
But things are about to get more complicated with Sara. And before I tell you what happened, I just want to make sure you know that we will probably never know for 100% sure exactly what was going on behind the scenes. This is just the public information of the dots that maybe we can start to connect, but there's probably things missing from the story that were never made public. But this is what we do know. Sara tweeted that NBC News had reached out to her for an interview. She tags Trisha in the tweet. Trisha responds with information that we did not know before that changed everything. It read, "Hi there. We've been looking for your order number but can't seem to find it under this name you have on Twitter. We definitely need to get this resolved. Very serious situation at hand. Please DM me your order number and receipt so we can have the right people assist you." Now, Sara did respond to this saying that the product was a gift and that they were, quote, way past the point of having the right people send a refund because her face was literally destroyed. And all of this is going down publicly. So someone named Sara responded to Sara and was like, maybe you should try a little harder to get that order number in because they need the order number in order to figure out maybe the batch code and figure out if there's an actual problem to help other customers who may be in the same situation. I mean, yeah, of course, absolutely fair. So glad she said that. Moving on to the next post from Trisha, she posts up a screen recording of her and Sara's private conversation. And in that conversation, Sara says that she didn't have the order number, and Trisha accuses her of defamation, and she demands that Sara retract her statements. And in that conversation, Sara says that the products were a gift from someone that she no longer speaks to, which is odd if you think about it. Okay, so how long ago could this have possibly happened? At max, 2 months before. This person that she no longer speaks to spent $200 on Sara for this skincare line, and she no longer speaks to them to the point where she can't even get the order number from them. Like, what happened? I mean, of course it's possible. But I'm starting, as a viewer, rewatching all this go down in 2025 time. I'm like, it really feels like Sara's lying. Like, that's just my impression. Like, something fishy is going on here. So Trisha posts this, and then Sara makes a very strange move. She responds to Trisha's post of their private conversation, saying that not only can she get the order number, she's not going to share it with Trisha, but she is going to share it with NBC News when she does their interview. And girl, really? And then Sara goes in again saying that Trisha's being rude and how she should be treating her better because she's a customer and all of that. That Sara's the victim, so Trisha needs to be treating her better. And as anticlimactic as it could be, that's where this ends. It just ended there. Sara never, to my knowledge, shared her order number. She stopped posting on Twitter and then deleted her Twitter. And her TikTok account, where these videos are still posted, didn't ever have another post on it, to my knowledge. She just disappeared off of the internet. So this is my personal theory. Based on the fact that she had a Frenemies hoodie, she clearly was a fan enough of the Frenemies podcast in order to buy a hoodie, right? I think she must have been pissed off at Trisha for the way things went down on the Frenemies podcast. Maybe she was an Ethan Klein fan. Maybe she was just mad at Trisha in general. Then something happened to her nose. It looks real to me. It does not look like she faked this. It looks like a real thing. And then she's like, well, I can just say that Trish Skin did this and I can, help out Ethan or bring down Trisha or whatever it may be. Or maybe it was a way to extort money out of Trisha and to try to get Trisha to just make her stop posting by giving her a bunch of money. I don't know. Again, like I said, this is just me speculating. That's just what I feel like is the most likely scenario. But I would love to know what you think. What do you think the truth is in the situation? Because I don't think we're ever going to fully know.
Cause I'm feeling it. Now flip.
In September of 2021, people noticed that the Trish Skin line was completely gone from the Glow Skin Enhancement website, which was weird because it really hadn't been out that long. And to my knowledge, neither Charlotte or Trish said anything about it. It just dropped off the website one day. But this was not the end of Glow Skin Enhancement collaborating with influencers. Right around the time that people noticed that Trish's skincare line was gone off the Glow Skin Enhancement website, another skincare line popped up, and that was with a young influencer named Brooklyn Nicole, who was only 16 at the time. Charlotte continued to show behind the scenes of working with influencers, and she continued that with Brooklyn Nicole on her YouTube channel.
Today I'm getting a facial
You're getting a treatment cleanse.
Treatment cleanse.
Just a wash, a good deep wash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been using my product, so it's not really nothing.
Nope, you have beautiful skin.
Me too.
I am
Charlotte
the creator.
Yes, she is the one that makes the magic, the one that makes everybody's life different.
Yep.
The one that made my life for sure different. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we getting there. We're gonna be like so different. Y'all gonna see.
Y'all gonna see. Keep watching.
Keep
You
watching.
heard her. You know when you just have that clean skin all the time? Like, once you use my product, you'll just feel that cleanness.
And not only that, you'll clean your skin so good that you can't do nothing but glow, you know?
Brooklyn Nicole's set launched for $70, and the individual products, you could buy them. They were between $10 and $20 each. There was a wash, an AM/PM vitamin serum, a night cream, a toner, and a day cream. But also along with that, they marketed specific Brooklyn Nicole versions of some existing Glow Skin Enhancement products. The Z Glow Skin Kids for $30, meant for kids 13 plus, and the Z Acne Clean Kit for $150. The next month, Glow Skin Enhancement launched a collaboration with another influencer named Princeton Perez. This was called the His and Hers line. Both the His and Hers collection included 5 products: an exfoliating cleanser, a refreshing morning vitamin, a daily moisture cream, a night repair defense serum, and a rejuvenating night cream. The kit was $149. The His and the Hers were priced the same, but eventually the price went down to $99 for the collection. I did find a link to the product page that's still active on their website, but I wanted to know more, so I used the magic of the Wayback Machine. If you've never used that, it's a way to look back at websites that, like different versions of websites that are gone off of the internet. It is fabulous for what I do here on YouTube, and I love it. So I was able to go back and find some old versions because I was looking for ingredient lists, like what was in the stuff, and I couldn't find any pages with ingredient lists for either the Brooklyn Nicole or the Princeton Perez lines. So I was kind of bummed about that because I was really curious what was in them. I couldn't find them. What I did find though was an active counter of people looking at the website, which is super weird because remember, this is the Wayback Machine. These pages were live in 2021. They are no longer active website, but they have an active counter on them that shows you how many people are looking at the website, and it keeps changing. Every few seconds, it rolls to a different number. How they're, in my opinion, these counters were fake, which is not illegal. It's probably very commonly used, but I think it's shady. I think that's messed up. Like any kind of deceptive, lying, misrepresenting just is weird to me. And I can't see how this could be possible to have that counter be changing if the website is no longer even active. The only way you can find it is through the Wayback Machine. You know what I'm saying? Back to Trisha and Charlotte. Now, it seems like they continue to have a good relationship even after the ending of Trish Skin, because Charlotte posted pictures from Trisha's wedding, that she went to Trisha's wedding, which I think is very sweet. But it would be a little over a year before the next part of the story would take place. And I am actually shocked that this happened because they came out with a second skincare line called ASMR Skin. It contains some of the same formulas and some new things. So on January 9th of 2023, Trisha uploaded an announcement video. So again, let's watch this together because I find this absolutely fascinating. Here we go.
And I am just so excited to be finally able to share and reshare my skincare line. We rebranded under the name ASMR Skin, and I'll get into that in a minute. But if you guys don't know, like about a year and a half ago, I came out with a skincare line, and it did amazing. Like the first couple days did absolutely amazing. Circumstances happened, and I started getting a lot of hate online. And it's like one thing to dislike me, but you know, this product is amazing. You can't really hate on it. And the hate that came was a bunch of false reviews. Now, I'm not like discrediting anyone who like wants to try this and has something to say. They don't like it, whatever. But when you don't even try the product or you just make up lies about it, it's really disheartening. And I partnered with a small company here, in a small business here in Los Angeles that makes and manufactures all the products in Los Angeles. And
it was, the harassment towards them was very much unwarranted, and it became a lot. They became overwhelmed by it, and I don't blame them. Just with a lot of companies like that I've worked with, that they're not used to hate or getting this kind of like feedback. Like, I get it, but the problem is it just wasn't real.
So it sounds like she's talking about Sara here, and this is what killed me about the James Charles situation. When somebody ends up being discredited, which I feel like Sara pretty much was, it sabotages the whole thing, and it invalidates people like Jane and anybody else that had legitimate concerns, Cassandra Bankson and Freddie and James Welsh, and anybody else that had any kind of problems or concerns or questions about the line were then invalidated, and Trisha can just sit here and say that it was a lie just because it seems like Sara was dishonest. At this point, some people in the general public that have watched Dustin Daily or some of these other drama channels have learned that Charlotte has no professional credentials. I feel like that is a valid criticism, but here Trisha is focusing on it feels like just Sara and not these other valid criticisms, which is really disheartening to hear. I get it though, but this is why people that don't tell the truth can sabotage everything, and I hate it with my entire soul.
And the reason why none of those stories got picked up, and plus, trust me, people reached out to us, major publications reached out to us. The stories went nowhere because there was absolutely no validity or credit merit to them. People are saying it burned their skin and stuff like that. And when we reach out to them asking for order numbers, receipts, all that stuff like that, just because we're like, okay, well, let's figure out like what happened. It was like, oh, it was a gift. Oh, it was a gift from a friend. The friend's now dead. Like it wasn't real.
So it sounds like she's definitely talking about Sara. This is the first time that I had heard that Sara's friend was dead. Like, that's wild. I hope that's not true, but if the person died, that's terrible. But that would explain why she couldn't get the order number. But then at the same time, she said she was going to get the order number and then share with NBC. So it just adds to more of Sara, in my opinion, was most likely lying.
So if you listen to reviews, be sure that those reviews are real, because I'll tell you one thing, this works. This works. And again, if you buy it and don't like it, okay, that's enough of focusing on the negative, because it was really, really awful time. And the company I work for, like I said, is a female-owned small business here out of LA that's amazing, that I met in 2020. We've become friends over the years. We stayed friends even through that, which by the grace of God that happened. I felt like I lost a friendship more than anything out of it, because it was because of the association with me. Being associated with me online is, even if you're my family, my mom and sister, they just haven't been online that much, because people are so vicious. They make up false allegations about people, about companies, about stuff like that, because they just dislike me so much, or hate me really.
And I think we know at this point that Trisha's leaving so much out here. There's so much that she's not saying. Like I've mentioned through this whole video, there were so many valid concerns about Trish's skin, and she's leaving it all out. I don't know if she just didn't pay attention to it, or she didn't feel like it was valid, or she didn't want to look into it, or if she just wants to sell more skincare. I don't know why she's continuing to collaborate with Glow Skin Enhancement. It makes absolutely no sense to me, but she is. That's the fact. She did.
And like I said, there's so many things to hold me accountable for, of things I've done over the years, but when it's just stuff that's like not even true, it just becomes this uphill battle. But we're back because the product works. We've worked so hard, and we tried so many different products and combinations and stuff to get the perfect skincare package. We can't let this like fail. And I felt horrible about the whole thing. I felt horrible that this company was getting attacked just for their association with me. It had nothing to do with the products or the quality of the products. That the products are good. Hence why it's back. A lot of trolls will be like, oh my gosh, it was a disaster last time. It wasn't a disaster.
Okay. It's upsetting to me she's not taking any responsibility for the valid criticisms and concerns, like none at all. She's completely brushing that aside and blaming everything on Sara. It's awful, man. It's so bad. The sunscreen, the ingredient list, Charlotte's qualifications, the cleanliness of the area that she's working in, like there were so many valid concerns, and she's just brushing all those off.
In fact, the reason we brought it back is because of you guys. How many emails we both got I wasn't going to even bring up bringing this back to her because I wanted to save our friendship, and I just felt, or I just knew that I was the reason her company was getting unwarranted harassment. So I wasn't going to bring it up again to collaborate. But when she was like, you know what, we get a lot of emails about your skincare line too, wanting the products back because they worked.
Okay, so at this point, Trisha kind of goes off the rails for a little bit. She starts talking about other things that are completely off topic. So I'm actually going to skip ahead at this point. Now, the rest of it is going to be edited, and where there's a fade, that's where I cut some things out. Of course, full unedited video is always in the video description. I want to go straight to where she starts talking about the new ASMR Skin products.
So it does come in this packaging. It's nice, clear packaging. And again, we're starting off simple, okay? Small business, locally made here in LA, female owned, starting off simple. Why?
Now, this packaging got roasted. Compared to the Trish Skin packaging that was clearly very custom and beautiful, this packaging does not look like that. It looks very order off of a website, throw a sticker on it, and be done. And people were very surprised to see that.
Because, well, it's a startup, right? The investment, all that stuff like that. But also the products are just good. We don't need that frilly packaging. Packaging's beautiful. When packaging's beautiful, it's beautiful. But we don't need it for this product to show how good this product is. So as you can see, this miracle bar right here, it's out of this pack that I've opened because I'm literally like having it in my bathroom right now and it's kind of wet. But this bar right here, this yellow bar has been my tried and true stamp. If you go to any routine video, compilate all the times I said this bar is life-changing. It like glows your skin. It cleanses it in a way that like you would not believe. Okay, amazing. So that's first and foremost in there. So you can use it day or night, recommended day. We do have a, recommended night, sorry. We do have a day face wash in here, Trisha's day face wash. So this is what it looks like right here, okay. This little pump right here, super, super good. It has all how to use ingredients, all of that stuff on the bottle. You can use this at night, use a little bit, lather it on your face.
Now, Trisha's going to go over every single product and how they work. And honestly, like it's just a rundown of products that you probably already know, like a moisturizer, how to use a moisturizer, how to use a serum. Like it's really not a whole lot of new information. But one thing that's changed that I really love is that they have the ingredients on the bottles now, which is really, really great. Now we'll talk about in just a second what those ingredients say, but I'm glad they're at least on the packaging because that was one of the critiques was that there was no ingredient list sent with the products. I'm just gonna quickly play the end of the video after she does the product rundown.
It's back, you guys, it's back. I'm so thankful that it's back. I'm so grateful for the support for you guys like requesting it back because of that, we both came back together with this idea to be like, hey, let's do it again. She's fully prepared of the trolls, you know, the fake harassment, the bullying, all that stuff like that. Prepared. Unfortunately, that's like how this works. But we just know that it's a good product and that the reviews and the customers will be so happy over time. And it's one of those things that you just have to hold it out. You have to do the pushback, you know what I mean? Because you cannot let haters win. And not only haters, but people like lies. You know, the truth will always prevail. The truth will always come out. And I believe that with the skincare line, that the truth will always come out.
So let's talk a little bit more about the products from ASMR Skin because I didn't think it'd get worse. In some ways it's worse. In some ways it might be a little bit better, but it's odd. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is that ASMR typically stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. It's a feeling that you get from watching ASMR videos and from certain things that happen in daily life where it's like a tingly feeling in the back of your head that goes down to your shoulders. You can Google it and find out more about ASMR. But in this case, ASMR Skin stands for, the A stands for Ageless Gentle Purifying Wash, S is for Serum, M is for Moisturizing Lotion, and R is for Renewal Serum. I'm just telling you what the website says. That's what it says. And let me just tell you the amount of times I said, oh my gosh, while reading through this ingredient list and listening to Cassandra Bankson once again talk about these ingredients, I was like, wow, okay, let's talk about it. But again, just a reminder, not a cosmetic chemist, not a cosmetic formulator. Please take everything I'm telling you with a grain of salt. The first thing is that unknown ingredient collagen booster is back. It is back in the product. It seems like it is now in the Tingles Vitamin Mist, which seems to be a new version of the Trish Skin Face Nutrients. Then we get to the daily face wash. So many essential oils in this. Like, that's a little, see, again, we don't know if they're in the right order, but all these essential oils in there, it makes me nervous for people with sensitive skin because like it's tea tree oil and lemon and jasmine and ylang-ylang. Like that could be seriously irritating to some people, especially depending on the concentration. Now, there's also a different ingredient in here called resorcinol. What's so interesting is that I didn't know that this skincare line, based on what Trisha had said, based on the website, based on the whole marketing of it, I didn't realize that this skincare line would have a lot of skin lightening ingredients in it. So resorcinol is one of those ingredients that's typically found in skin lightening products. Now, culturally, the way that they label these products, it could say skin brightening, skin lightening, or skin whitening, depending on what country you're in and what's culturally acceptable and desired in that country. So in the US, when we get like skin brightening is typically what we see as the ingredient, and it usually isn't specifically marketed to lighten the skin. But with this resorcinol ingredient, it's typically in skin lightening products, and according to the source that's down below, it is regulated in some countries due to potential health risks when overused. Now, I'm not saying it's overused in this product. I do not know. I do not know the concentration, but I'm just reading you what they say they do in other countries as far as the regulation goes of this particular ingredient. And I'm focusing on this ingredient because resorcinol is listed as the very first ingredient in that yellow bar that Trisha shows, the soap bar, which hopefully it's not the first ingredient, because I would imagine, again, I'm imagining that that's not a good first ingredient. The second ingredient is also concerning to me. It's salicylic acid. It's a BHA chemical exfoliator. It's typically used in products marketed for oily and acne-prone skin. So speaking of the bar, there is also an ingredient called zabun extract, which is not an inky name, I don't believe, but it is an ingredient used in soaps popular in Western Africa. Also in the bar are kojic acid, arbutin, and glutathione, which are also skin lightening ingredients. Of course, we don't know the concentration of the ingredients or how much, it will affect the skin. And we don't know if it meets regulatory standards. See, that's where I get concerned, because we know from Charlotte, unless something has changed in the last couple of years, that she's not formally trained to work with these ingredients. It's just scary to me. I don't know if there's anything to be afraid of. I'm just saying I'm afraid. I'm also afraid of zombies, but I feel like this is a little more valid of a fear. And Trish never mentions that it's a skin whitening product or a skin lightening product. The description says, though, cleaner skin, brighter glow. Some of the key skin brightening ingredients that make these soaps so effective. These whitening agents are all natural, and they will exfoliate, lighten, and condition the skin in healthy ways. Glow Skin Enhancement only mixes skin lightening soaps that contain naturally derived whiteners. No chemicals. Why is Trisha okay with this? I don't understand. It says, the description continues, it deeply cleans the skin and it contains an excellent anti-aging agent. Your skin is able to regain beautiful and perfect softness. And what got me here was the use of the words no chemicals. All of the ingredients are chemicals. Water is a chemical. It's all filled with chemicals. So to say no chemicals just shows a lack of understanding of what a chemical is. And as a cosmetic formulator, that is a basic thing to understand, is that all of these things are chemicals. I'm just so concerned. I'm so worried. Okay, we're moving on to the next product because I'm freaked out about it. Okay, but this one is not so much better. Tingles Vitamin Mist. I think it's tingling because it is overloaded with actives. So many actives in here. Salicylic acid, glycolic acid, and glutathione all in one spray. That is a lot, especially knowing, that Charlotte is not formally trained in how to formulate all of this. This is a gift from God. That is how she learned to formulate, is from God. I'm honestly so shocked that this did not seem to hurt anybody. Malibu Sunrise Day Cream, a lot of oils and butters in here. It sounds comedogenic. I don't know if it is or not, but it sounds comedogenic. Then we have the Glow in the Night Miracle Serum. Of course, glycolic acid is the first ingredient listed, but there's also an ingredient called Nanoxyl 10, which probably isn't dangerous to be fair, but it's typically used in spermicides, so that's a thing. I just thought that was weird. It's like the wetting agent in spermicides. I don't know. Again, probably not dangerous. I just thought it was weird because I've never seen that in a skincare product, but I could be wrong there. There could be plenty of products that have that in there. I've just never personally seen it. Next is the ASMR Eye Miracle. Again, lots of actives. We have niacinamide, we have licorice, we have green tea, we have grapeseed. It just sounds like a tricky formulation, but I don't know. Just saying. The Malibu Sunset Night Cream also has glycolic acid and retinol in it, which sounds like, again, something really tricky to formulate with those two very strong actives in it. One thing I did notice that they got rid of from the Trish skin to the ASMR skin was the sunscreen. That was such a good choice because, you know, if you're not going through the FDA, which is a really long process, from what I've seen, it's illegal to sell that without going through the FDA and claim that it has an SPF 30. So I'm glad they got rid of that. But there is a big twist in the story that I did not expect to happen, and it's actually really awful and has nothing to do with the way that the skincare was formulated, and it has to do with Trisha herself. Shortly after ASMR Skin launched, Trisha made a video talking about how people over on Reddit had taken screenshots of photos from her paywalled OnlyFans page and they were posting them on Reddit. Now, how this affects the skincare brand is that people were taking those same photos and putting them in the reviews section on the website because, you know, Charlotte had built her brand based on before and after pictures. So the comment section underneath the products where you could leave reviews was like open to anybody. You didn't have to have a verified purchase. So people were leaving comments, and instead of before and after pictures, they were posting pictures from Trisha's OnlyFans. And these were pictures that Trisha had said she had deleted on purpose. Like, she had gotten rid of these photos. She didn't want them out there anymore because when she became a mom, she realized that this was just not something she wanted out there. So she had deleted them. Of course, the internet is forever, but there's absolutely no excuse for somebody to have taken her OnlyFans photos and posted them publicly. Absolutely disgusting behavior. So that was really awful and traumatizing for Trisha naturally. Trisha also said in that video that people on Reddit claimed that they had gotten an early release of the ASMR Skin and that it had burned their skin. And they said that that was absolutely impossible because no products went out early and literally nobody had the skincare line when that Reddit review was posted. So people were lying. And remember, we were saying, like, when somebody lies, it just kills the credibility of the entire thing. It's so important to make sure when we're accusing somebody of something that it's real because it messes up the whole thing when there is an actual real complaint. But along with all of that terrible stuff, there were also people going on there and bumping up the starred reviews that didn't have any product. And this happens on lots of websites, but it definitely happened here. People that hadn't purchased the products leaving 5-star reviews saying things like, I already know without using it, it's good. Love you, Trisha. And I love this, Trisha. It is you in the fullest. You deserve this. So excited to try it out, which again, it happens all over the place on different websites. It's just going to lead to an inaccurate representation of what's actually going on as far as reviews. It's not helpful. So what I want you to get out of this part is just that the review section underneath the ASMR Skin products was absolute madness. It was all just wrong. At least in the beginning, there wasn't a single valid review on there because there were a bunch of reviews before anybody even got their hands on products. And some of the things written were actually really and truly very harmful. So what happened since then? Well, Trisha had said that they were going to release a new product in ASMR Skin every month. That doesn't seem to have happened. It seems like the original launch was all that there was, and that 3 months after ASMR Skin launched, it seems like ASMR Skin also disappeared from the Glow Skin Enhancement website. And since 2023, Trisha seems to be living her best life. She has 2 kids now. She has her own podcast called Just Trish. She lived out her Broadway dreams. She had a show that was just one night, which is amazing still. It was called Trisha Paytas' Big Broadway Dream. And then she went on a 30-city tour with a show called The Eras of
of Trish tour. And one of the most notable moments was this Stick It To You to Ethan Klein, her previous co-host of Frenemies. So at one point on Frenemies, Ethan had said that if Trisha was ever on Saturday Night Live, he would cut his own arm off.
So I'd rather die than go on Saturday Night Live. Because it just seems like a lot of work. Not because I'm opposed. It just seems like a lot of work.
Lazy.
It's like
I'll take it. I'll be on it.
yeah, you're not. You're if you go on Saturday Night Live, I will. What's something really valuable I could put on the line?
Like what?
I'll cut my arm off. My whole arm.
I don't want your arm off. Jesus.
If you go on SNL, that's a threat. If you go on SNL, I'll cut my arm off.
Jesus, so dark.
All right, let's
I'm
do
doing
this.
SNL.
Well, in December of 2024, Trisha guest starred on Saturday Night Live. She was in a skit and she was in the closing. And honestly, like that just warmed my heart for her. You could tell how happy she was. She was living the dream. And to my knowledge, Ethan Klein still has both arms.
Let's say, just to defend myself a little bit, I know it wasn't very specific, but I think the implication, obviously, and again, not to take anything from her, and you can have my arm, is that she would be a guest host, not do like a 10-second cameo.
Semantics.
So that's what's going on with Trisha, but this story wasn't just about Trisha. It was about Glow Skin Enhancement and Charlotte Wilson. So I do want to give you an update on what Charlotte's been up to. They did another collaboration with R&B artist Lyrica Anderson on some makeup remover pads. They continued to promote things that appeared to be medical treatments like scar removal and eczema relief products. They were offering white label products for a while, but they seem to have officially stopped doing that.
In the past, I have offered private labeling service to other companies. These companies have used GSE products formulated by me. However, it is important to clarify that Glow Skin Enhancement is the sole creator and producer of these formulas. I have recently become aware of false claims suggesting that GSE is going out of business or no longer offers skincare products. Please be assured that these statements are completely untrue. I have successfully created brands like Underneath Skincare, Vegan Goddess, Right by Men, Right by Women, and Brooklyn Nicole Skin, which have achieved great success. However, we want to emphasize that the formulas behind these brands were exclusively mine, and the products they are offering now are not Glow Skin Enhancement.
She has a post about a service to remove razor bumps as of July 2023, which again seems to be in California a medical procedure. Again, I'm not a professional. It's just what I read, so I could be wrong there, but it seems to be a medical procedure. In December of 2023, they marketed something called a Kitty Lightener Kit that the description says effectively lightens your intimate areas. It included a scrub, a cream, a lightener, and a turmeric bar. In September of 2024, a post started appearing on Glow Skin Enhancement's Instagram of young kids using their products, which really made me nervous with the whole Sephora Kids thing and the assumption that Charlotte never got formal training in being a cosmetic formulator. She never said anywhere on her socials that she had gotten formal training, so all I can do is assume that she didn't. But if she never got formal training, the fact that she was sending out PR kits to actual literal children who were then using the products on their face, that really freaked me out.
I got a PR. It's from Glow Skin Enhancement. First, there's this bag and there's a sticker that says Glow Enhancement Kids. First, there's this day cream moisturizer, this night cream moisturizer, and this pearl face wash. It also comes with a sunscreen that was in the box.
Glow Skin Enhancement even started a campaign that was a hunt for 3 faces of their line called Girls.
Glow Skin Enhancement is looking for 3 amazing girls. Are you that girl? Are you that girl? I think you are. Listen, all you have to do is DM your name, not just your first name,
your address, city, and state. We have 50 packages to give away. And once you get that package, you're going to unwrap it. You can't unwrap it with any other brand, just Glow Skin Enhancement. Tag me. You have to have a post and a story. Once you do that, in 2 weeks, you need to do a review. Send me some before and after photos. I am looking for the best 3 that put their heart into doing it and also using the products. Are you that girl? 3. Are you? Are you that girl? Are you that girl? Are you that girl? I think you are that girl. GlowSkinEnhancement.com.
The video that is on their Instagram, it's still up there, shows Charlotte sending out a bunch of PR boxes to all of these kids looking for the face of this line. There are quite a few that seem to be part of this program, but to my knowledge, they never picked the 3 kids. So it seems like, it appears that they use these kids for promotion and never picked winners. On November 6th of 2024, it looks like Charlotte posted this photo of this woman, and she seems to be claiming to have removed these dark spots from the woman's face. Now, I don't know what the name of the dark spots are, so I'm not going to say it. It doesn't say it within the post, but it's just, okay, so look at the before and after photos. The results look amazing. Like, honestly, they look really, really good. But my concern is that I don't know if Charlotte is formally trained to do something like this. And the thing is, if she is this good at this without any formal training, imagine how good she would be if she actually got education in this. Maybe she feels like she doesn't need it. But what if something happens? She could really hurt somebody. But then I saw something that I went, oh, really? Oh, I saw on a very recent post that Charlotte was putting doctor before her name, Dr. Charlotte Wilson. I was like, oh, she went to school and she got her doctorate. That's amazing. That's incredible. Like, great for her. That's incredible. I sent her a DM telling her congratulations. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm doing this piece. Like, I would love to know, what is your doctorate in? And I shouldn't have sent her a DM asking her that specific question, because my dumbass didn't even look to see if it said what she had gotten her doctorate in. It's on her Instagram. Let's talk about what's happening here. So if you scroll back to December 15th of 2024. So in my time, just this past December, there is a photo that looks like it's a graduation, and the caption reads, "I had an amazing night in Houston with my sis and brother. I received my first presidential award signed by the 46th president, Joe Biden. Tonight, I received my honorary doctorate degree. I'm so excited and thankful for the recognition. Special love and thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Sean Hall and Tawanda Braxton." Tawanda has been on her social media quite a bit over the past few years. They are clearly seem to be friends. The post continues, "Thanks to Dr. Verna Caddy. I see your work and passion. Amazing night last night. Thank you, God, for trusting me to walk in the purpose you designed for me. Thank you for a new start in 2025. So this post was followed by 2 days later, a post declaring her Dr. Charlotte Wilson. And then this post 2 days after that on December 19th. So let's pause the video real quick from December 15th of 2025. I want to talk quickly about this person. This is Dr. Verna Caddy. She is the founder and president of Leaders Esteem Christian Bible and Leaders Esteem Christian University, where Charlotte Wilson got her honorary doctorate from. They were founded in 2020, and they are a God-first institution that, quote, is an intellectual destination that draws inspired scholars to our online international university, keeping Leaders Esteem Christian University at the nexus of ideas that challenge and change the world. They offer a, quote, variety of programs to equip and empower faith-based leaders to change the world through the power of love, and are an institute of higher education where students discover and grow in their God-given gifts and callings. And this fits perfectly, because Charlotte says that she got her gift of skin from God. It's matching up perfectly with what this university is doing. They're helping people find their gifts from God. So in order to take courses at this university, you need to pay a $200 registration fee. And in that, if you are accepted, you can enroll in coursework in the following areas: Christian life coach, associate's degree,
bachelor's, master's, or doctorate. And the prices range from $600 for a life coach to $4,000 for a doctorate. They seem to only offer one doctorate program, and it's a Doctor of Philosophy in Christian Counseling and How to Build Connections with People. Sounds absolutely legit. But what I found so interesting, if you go to the website and let's say you want to order a bachelor's, I don't know what the bachelor's is in. It just says bachelor's. Same thing with associates and masters. It just says, just the name bachelor's, associates, masters. If you want one of those, you can add it to your cart. You can add doctorate to your cart right now on their website for $4,000 and check out. There's no listing of coursework or any of that. And I don't know if in order for them to mail it to you, you have to take some kind of classes, but I know you can buy it. That's all I know. And I've never seen that. I have a master's degree and 2 bachelor's degrees and an associate's degree, and I have never seen anything like this. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is standard practice for universities that I've never seen. Let me know if you've ever seen this before, because I've never seen this before. But my next question was, who is Dr. Verna Caddy? Is she a doctor? I had to know. So I Googled her name and I found some interviews with her. And through one of the interviews, there was a link to her LinkedIn. So I went to her LinkedIn page and it says that Dr. Caddy has a PhD and her profile says that she is an etiquette coach and a debutante coach, and that she is the founder of Divine Creations Debutante Cotillions.
I am the founder of Divine Creations, and I've been in the organization for over 5 years now, 4th year with the ball, and it's been a blessing each and every year to work with these beautiful girls.
When you click on her education, it says that she has can you guess, an honorary doctorate in divinity and ministry. An honorary doctorate. Of course, an honorary doctorate does not require any kind of coursework, and it sure does not give you a PhD. Their honorary doctorates are real. There are lots of celebrities that get honorary doctorates. For example, I found out that Tom Hanks has an honorary doctorate of arts from Harvard. I found out that Taylor Swift has an honorary doctor of fine arts from NYU, and Oprah Winfrey has at least 3 doctorates from Princeton, Duke, and Harvard, which is wonderful, amazing, but they didn't go to school there. They didn't take coursework. It is an honorary doctorate. It is not the same as taking coursework and earning a PhD. It's just not. So can you guess what kind of doctorate Charlotte has? Dr. Charlotte Wilson has an honorary doctorate from Dr. Verna Caddy's Leaders Esteem Christian Bible University. She got this honorary doctorate in something completely not skincare related. The honorary doctorate is in philosophy and humanitarianism. Along with that, she received a Lifetime Achievement Award with the seal of the Office of the President of the United States and signed by Joe Biden. Now, you notice on that certificate that you're looking at, it says it's through AmeriCorps, which is real. That's how you get one of those. I tried to verify because there is a way to or at least there used to be a way to verify if these were real or not. There was like a list of people who were awarded them. Unfortunately, AmeriCorps had to stop this program after Trump was elected. So there's no way to search it right now. So I don't know if this was real or not. It probably will not surprise you that I could not find any information that Leaders Esteem Christian Bible University was accredited or had any recognition as a credible educational institute. But now with her shiny new doctorate in, what was it again? Philosophy and humanitarianism, Charlotte is now calling herself Dr. Charlotte Wilson. And with that shiny new doctorate title, Charlotte started advertising mole, tag, keloid, and scar removals as of January 14th of 2025. This is the thing. Charlotte has clearly helped a lot of people, and I cannot deny that. If you look at the before and after pictures, they really are pretty spectacular. I looked and I was not able to find a single negative thing about Charlotte Wilson's practice anywhere on the internet, and that is a feat. Yelp has just one review. And that review is a copy and paste of Charlotte's bio. The Better Business Bureau has one review, and it was put in around the time of ASMR Skin, and it's just somebody venting about ASMR Skin. It doesn't even seem like it was a person that purchased the skincare line. I absolutely hate that she seems to be offering services that she is not legally allowed to provide, but I cannot deny that there is no evidence that she has actually physically hurt anyone. It feels like she believes that a gift from God has given her the ability to treat people, but unfortunately, legally and ethically, that is not enough. You need to get formal training in order to make sure that you are taking care of people and doing things the right way. And because of all of the deception in the past, calling herself a doctor and the ingredient list being all messed up and the fake counter of people on the website and the yelling at customers for getting products that were broken, the products being manufactured in a place that she probably shouldn't be making products, the dog pooping on the floor in her treatment room, her finding somebody in Atlanta and her coming to the house and getting treatment for eczema in a hotel room. I mean, there's so many ethical concerns here that a professional just wouldn't do. It just wouldn't happen if she were a professional. And honestly, I feel like it's a miracle that no one's been hurt. And maybe that's God protecting her. I don't know. I don't have a direct line. But even if this is a God-given talent still need licenses. Oh my goodness. And for somebody like Trisha to collaborate with this woman, not one time, but twice, was such a big risk. And it's a miracle. It is a miracle that nothing bad happened. Like, I don't know how. But hey, maybe Trisha believed that the products were blessed. Or maybe, like a lot of us, she didn't read the ingredient list. Thank you so much for watching this breakdown behind the controversy, Trisha's Miracle Elixir and ASMR Skin. I hope that you found this video interesting. If you have made it this far, what emoji should we put? Let's put some kind of science emoji. In the comment section if you made it to the end, like a beaker or something science-y, to encourage Charlotte to please get a degree, because clearly she does have some kind of talent and she has some kind of ability to do good things, but she still needs a degree. So put your medical emoji of choice down in the comment section down below. If you would like to hang out a little bit longer, I have an entire playlist of behind the controversy videos that I have made. I'm going to put videos over here for you to click on. The top one YouTube's going to pick for you based on what you've been watching recently, what they think you're going to want to watch. The bottom one, I'm going to pick one of my behind the controversies down there for you that I think you're going to love. But if you have to go, because you've been here a minute, thank you for being here as long as you did. And mad love to you. I will see you in a video very, very soon.